lush green campus amidst Aravali Hills. University takes pride in its rich heritage and dedication to excellence in education. Led by the visionary Dr. S.L. Sihar, the chairperson, Nirwan University holds the honor of being recently bestowed with the Pride of Rajasthan Award. Under the patronage of Nirwan Charitable Trust, our institution heads 13 esteemed establishments, accredited by esteemed bodies such as University Grants Commission, Pharmacy Council of India, Dental Council of India, Indian Nursing Council and the Bar Council of India. Nirwan University ensures that all its 13 schools have state-of-the-art infrastructure to support a holistic learning experience. The students of university are nurtured with theoretical knowledge and encouraged to participate in sports activities. We have Fitness Yoga Club to promote physical and mental well-being. The university believes in providing hands-on practical experience and field exposure. Nirwan University has carved its niche by organizing international and national level academic events. Beyond classrooms, we foster a vibrant community, creative and intellectual curiosity. Join us to be the leaders of tomorrow. Welcome to Nirwan University, Jaipur, a distinguished institution established by Government of Rajasthan through Act No. 2 of 2017. Situated on Jaipur-Agra Highway, it spans across 35 acres of lush green campus amidst Aravali Hills. University takes pride in its rich heritage and dedication to excellence in education. Led by the visionary Dr. S.L. Sihar, the chairperson, Nirwan University holds the honor of being recently bestowed with the Pride of Rajasthan Award. Under the patronage of Nirwan Charitable Trust, our institution heads 13 esteemed establishments, accredited by esteemed bodies such as University Grants Commission, Pharmacy Council of India, Dental Council of India, Indian Nursing Council and the Bar Council of India. Nirwan University ensures that all its 13 schools have state-of-the-art infrastructure to support a holistic learning experience. The students of university are nurtured with theoretical knowledge and encouraged to participate in sports activities. We have Fitness Yoga Club to promote physical and mental well-being. The university believes in providing hands-on practical experience and field exposure. Nirwan University has carved its niche by organizing international and national level academic events. Beyond classrooms, we foster a vibrant community, creative and intellectual curiosity. Join us to be the leaders of tomorrow. Welcome to Nirwan University, Jaipur, a distinguished institution established by Government of Rajasthan through Act Number 2 of 2017. Situated on Jaipur-Agra Highway, it spans across 35 acres of lush green campus amidst Aravali Hills. University takes pride in its rich heritage and dedication to excellence in education. Led by the visionary Dr. S.L. Sihar, the chairperson, Nirwan University holds the honor of being recently bestowed with the Pride of Rajasthan Award. Under the patronage of Nirwan Charitable Trust, our institution heads 13 esteemed establishments, accredited by esteemed bodies such as University Grants Commission, Pharmacy Council of India, Dental Council of India, Indian Nursing Council and the Bar Council of India. Nirwan University ensures that all its 13 schools have state-of-the-art infrastructure to support a holistic learning experience. The students of university are nurtured with theoretical knowledge and encouraged to participate in sports activities. We have Fitness Yoga Club to promote physical and mental well-being. The university believes in providing hands-on practical experience and field exposure. Nirwan University has carved its niche by organizing international and national level academic events. Beyond classrooms, we foster a vibrant community, creative and intellectual curiosity. Join us to be the leaders of tomorrow. Welcome to Nirwan University, Jaipur, a distinguished institution established by Government of Rajasthan through Act Number 2 of 2017. Situated on Jaipur-Agra Highway, it spans across 35 acres of lush green campus amidst Aravali Hills. University takes pride in its rich heritage and dedication to excellence in education. Led by the visionary Dr. S.L. Sihar, the chairperson, Nirwan University holds the honor of being recently bestowed with the Pride of Rajasthan Award. Under the patronage of Nirwan Charitable Trust, our institution heads 13 esteemed establishments, accredited by esteemed bodies such as University Grants Commission, Pharmacy Council of India, Dental Council of India, Indian Nursing Council and the Bar Council of India. Nirwan University ensures that all its 13 schools have state-of-the-art infrastructure to support a holistic learning experience. students of university are nurtured with theoretical knowledge and encouraged to participate in sports activities. We have Fitness Yoga Club to promote physical and mental well-being. The university believes in providing hands-on practical experience and field exposure. Nirwan University has carved its niche by organizing international and national level academic events. Beyond classrooms, we foster a vibrant community, creative and intellectual curiosity. Join us to be the leaders of tomorrow. Welcome to Nirwan University, Jaipur, a distinguished institution established by Government of Rajasthan through Act Number 2 of 2017. Situated on Jaipur-Agra Highway, it spans across 35 acres of lush green campus amidst Aravali Hills. University takes pride in its rich heritage and dedication to excellence in education. Led by the visionary Dr. S.L. Sihar, the chairperson, Nirwan University holds the honor of being recently bestowed with the Pride of Rajasthan Award. Under the patronage of Nirwan Charitable Trust, our institution heads 13 esteemed establishments, accredited by esteemed bodies such as University Grants Commission, Pharmacy Council of India, Dental Council of India, Indian Nursing Council and the Bar Council of India. Nirwan University ensures that all its 13 schools have state-of-the-art infrastructure to support a holistic learning experience. The students of university are nurtured with theoretical knowledge and encouraged to participate in sports activities. We have Fitness Yoga Club to promote physical and mental well-being. The university believes in providing hands-on practical experience and field exposure. Nirwan University has carved its niche by organizing international and national level academic events. Beyond classrooms, we foster a vibrant community, creative and intellectual curiosity. Join us to be the leaders of tomorrow. Welcome to Nirwan University, Jaipur, a distinguished institution established by Government of Rajasthan through Act Number 2 of 2017. Situated on Jaipur-Agra Highway, it spans across 35 acres of lush green campus amidst Aravali Hills. University takes pride in its rich heritage and dedication to excellence in education. Led by the visionary Dr. S.L. Sihar, the chairperson, Nirwan University holds the honor of being recently bestowed with the Pride of Rajasthan Award. Under the patronage of Nirwan Charitable Trust, our institution heads 13 esteemed establishments, Accredited by esteemed bodies such as University Grants Commission, Pharmacy Council of India, Dental Council of India, Indian Nursing Council and the Bar Council of India. Nirwan University ensures that all its 13 schools have state-of-the-art infrastructure to support a holistic learning experience. The students of university are nurtured with theoretical knowledge and encouraged to participate in sports activities. We have Fitness Yoga Club to promote physical and mental well-being. The university believes in providing hands-on practical experience and field exposure. Nirwan University has carved its niche by organizing international and national level academic events. Beyond classrooms, we foster a vibrant community, creative and intellectual curiosity. Join us to be the leaders of tomorrow. Welcome to Nirwan University, Jaipur, a distinguished institution established by Government of Rajasthan through Act No. 2 of 2017. Situated on Jaipur-Agra Highway, it spans across 35 acres of lush green campus amidst Aravali Hills. University takes pride in its rich heritage and dedication to excellence in education. Led by the visionary Dr. S.L. Sihar, the chairperson, Nirwan University holds the honor of being recently bestowed with the Pride of Rajasthan Award. Under the patronage of Nirwan Charitable Trust, our institution heads 13 esteemed establishments, accredited by esteemed bodies such as University Grants Commission, Pharmacy Council of India, Dental Council of India, Indian Nursing Council and the Bar Council of India. Nirwan University ensures that all its 13 schools have state-of-the-art infrastructure to support a holistic learning experience. The students of university are nurtured with theoretical knowledge and encouraged to participate in sports activities. We have Fitness Yoga Club to promote physical and mental well-being. The university believes in providing hands-on practical experience and field exposure. Nirwan University has carved its niche by organizing international and national level academic events. Beyond classrooms, we foster a vibrant community, creative and intellectual curiosity. Join us to be the leaders of tomorrow. Welcome to Nirwan University, Jaipur, a distinguished institution established by Government of Rajasthan through Act Number 2 of 2017. Situated on Jaipur-Agra Highway, it spans across 35 acres of lush green campus amidst Aravali Hills. University takes pride in its rich heritage and dedication to excellence in education. Led by the visionary Dr. S.L. Sihar, the chairperson, Nirwan University holds the honor of being recently bestowed with the Pride of Rajasthan Award. Under the patronage of Nirwan Charitable Trust, our institution heads 13 esteemed establishments, accredited by esteemed bodies such as University Grants Commission, Pharmacy Council of India, Dental Council of India, Indian Nursing Council and the Bar Council of India. Nirwan University ensures that all its 13 schools have state-of-the-art infrastructure to support a holistic learning experience. The students of university are nurtured with theoretical knowledge and encouraged to participate in sports activities. We have Fitness Yoga Club to promote physical and mental well-being. The university believes in providing hands-on practical experience and field exposure. Nirwan University has carved its niche by organizing international and national level academic events. Beyond classrooms, we foster a vibrant community, creative and intellectual curiosity. Join us to be the leaders of tomorrow. Welcome to Nirwan University, Jaipur, a distinguished institution established by Government of Rajasthan through Act Number 2 of 2017. Situated on Jaipur-Agra Highway, it spans across 35 acres of lush green campus amidst Aravali Hills. University takes pride in its rich heritage and dedication to excellence in education. Led by the visionary Dr. S.L. Sihar, the chairperson, Nirwan University holds the honor of being recently bestowed with the Pride of Rajasthan Award. Under the patronage of Nirwan Charitable Trust, our institution heads 13 esteemed establishments, accredited by esteemed bodies such as University Grants Commission, Pharmacy Council of India, Dental Council of India, Indian Nursing Council and the Bar Council of India. Nirwan University ensures that all its 13 schools have state-of-the-art infrastructure to support a holistic learning experience. The students of university are nurtured with theoretical knowledge and encouraged to participate in sports activities. We have Fitness Yoga Club to promote physical and mental well-being. The university believes in providing hands-on practical experience and field exposure. Nirwan University has carved its niche by organizing international and national level academic events. Beyond classrooms, we foster a vibrant community, creative and intellectual curiosity. Join us to be the leaders of tomorrow. Welcome to Nirwan University, Jaipur, a distinguished institution established by Government of Rajasthan through Act Number 2 of 2017. Situated on Jaipur-Agra Highway, it spans across 35 acres of lush green campus amidst Aravali Hills. University takes pride in its rich heritage and dedication to excellence in education. Led by the visionary Dr. S.L. Sihar, the chairperson, Nirwan University holds the honor of being recently bestowed with the Pride of Rajasthan Award. Under the patronage of Nirwan Charitable Trust, our institution heads 13 esteemed establishments, accredited by esteemed bodies such as University Grants Commission, Pharmacy Council of India, Dental Council of India, Indian Nursing Council and the Bar Council of India. Nirwan University ensures that all its 13 schools have state-of-the-art infrastructure to support a holistic learning experience. The students of university are nurtured with theoretical knowledge and encouraged to participate in sports activities. We have Fitness Yoga Club to promote physical and mental well-being. The university believes in providing hands-on practical experience and field exposure. Nirwan University has carved its niche by organizing international and national level academic events. Beyond classrooms, we foster a vibrant community, creative and intellectual curiosity. Join us to be the leaders of tomorrow. Welcome to Nirwan University, Jaipur, a distinguished institution established by Government of Rajasthan through Act Number 2 of 2017. Situated on Jaipur-Agra Highway, it spans across 35 acres of lush green campus amidst Aravali Hills. University takes pride in its rich heritage and dedication to excellence in education. Led by the visionary Dr. S.L. Sihar, the chairperson, Nirwan University holds the honor of being recently bestowed with the Pride of Rajasthan Award. Under the patronage of Nirwan Charitable Trust, our institution heads 13 esteemed establishments, accredited by esteemed bodies such as University Grants Commission, Pharmacy Council of India, Dental Council of India, Indian Nursing Council and the Bar Council of India. Nirwan University ensures that all its 13 schools have state-of-the-art infrastructure to support a holistic learning experience. The students of university are nurtured with theoretical knowledge and encouraged to participate in sports activities. We have Fitness Yoga Club to promote physical and mental well-being. The university believes in providing hands-on practical experience and field exposure. Nirwan University has carved its niche by organizing international and national level academic events. Beyond classrooms, we foster a vibrant community, creative and intellectual curiosity. Join us to be the leaders of tomorrow. Welcome to Nirwan University, Jaipur, a distinguished institution established by Government of Rajasthan through Act Number 2 of 2017. Situated on Jaipur-Agra Highway, it spans across 35 acres of lush green campus amidst Aravali Hills. University takes pride in its rich heritage and dedication to excellence in education. Led by the visionary Dr. S.L. Sihar, the chairperson, Nirwan University holds the honor of being recently bestowed with the Pride of Rajasthan Award. Under the patronage of Nirwan Charitable Trust, our institution heads 13 esteemed establishments, accredited by esteemed bodies such as University Grants Commission, Pharmacy Council of India, Dental Council of India, Indian Nursing Council and the Bar Council of India. Nirwan University ensures that all its 13 schools have state-of-the-art infrastructure to support a holistic learning experience. The students of university are nurtured with theoretical knowledge and encouraged to participate in sports activities. We have Fitness Yoga Club to promote physical and mental well-being. The university believes in providing hands-on practical experience and field exposure. Nirwan University has carved its niche by organizing international and national level academic events. Beyond classrooms, we foster a vibrant community, creative and intellectual curiosity. Join us to be the leaders of tomorrow.
Successful completion of OET shaped my career, and now I can work as a registered nurse here, and I can work in my dream field, so which was really exciting for me. My name is Hardik Patel. I am from India. I was keen to study nursing because my grandfather was admitted in civil hospital. When I realized how nice they are caring, I had that feeling that I can also become a registered nurse. Australian university have high standard and they are globally reputed. So I thought to move here in Australia for my further study. The successful completion of OET means a lot to me. I can now apply for APRA registration and I can work as a registered nurse here in Australia. So I can have multiple country experience and I can add as much wings as possible in my career. So it really means a lot to me. The process of booking is quite easygoing. I called customer service couple of times. They were so easygoing and they explain everything. So yeah, it was good. When I think about the test day, I was a bit nervous. They made it so friendly when I went there. They were quite cooperative and they guided me. Speaking examiner, she played a role play as if I am facing the same situation in hospital. I felt like as if I'm talking with my patient. Communication, it's a key in each and everything, in particularly health settings. Clinical placement is a great place where we can imbibe our theoretical knowledge into the practical setting. I would highly recommend OET to the health practitioner because everything is transparent in terms of marking and in terms of preparations. I will try my level best to help this open-minded and lovely community as much as I can.
My name is Anna Mailis. I've arrived to Australia a couple of years ago. I was born in Soviet Union and then we moved with my family to Israel. We came to Australia. We really liked it here. At the moment I work as pharmacy assistant, stocking shelves. I was already a pharmacist, registered pharmacist, actually was pharmacy doctor. Starting all over again, it was very hard. Emotionally, obviously. And but then I was hard. To be registered pharmacist here in Australia, I have to take a path of proving my skills, my English language knowledge. The first lady, actually, that recommended OET to me, she is a pharmacist from Russia. She went for OET, she did a preparatory course as well, and she just told me, just go and do OET, that's it, it's much more appropriate in her opinion, because it's for health professionals, it's all directed to our knowledge and what we are going to use in our profession. I gave it a try, and I passed from the first time. Yay! OET test is, in my opinion, is a better English language test because it actually it's formed for healthcare professionals and it's all about health. So I obviously would say to my colleagues to do OET. No, I'm proud of myself, I must say. I have myself more self-esteem, so I'm happy. Yeah, feel good.
Welcome to Nirwan University, Jaipur, a distinguished institution established by Government of Rajasthan through Act No. 2 of 2017. Situated on Jaipur-Agra Highway, it spans across 35 acres of lush green campus amidst Aravali Hills. University takes pride in its rich heritage and dedication to excellence in education. Led by the visionary Dr. S.L. Sihar, the chairperson, Nirwan University holds the honor of being recently bestowed with the Pride of Rajasthan Award. Under the patronage of Nirwan Charitable Trust, our institution heads 13 esteemed establishments, accredited by esteemed bodies such as University Grants Commission, Pharmacy Council of India, Dental Council of India, Indian Nursing Council and the Bar Council of India. Nirwan University ensures that all its 13 schools have state-of-the-art infrastructure to support a holistic learning experience. The students of university are nurtured with theoretical knowledge and encouraged to participate in sports activities. We have Fitness Yoga Club to promote physical and mental well-being. The university believes in providing hands-on practical experience and field exposure. Nirwan University has carved its niche by organizing international and national level academic events. Beyond classrooms, we foster a vibrant community, creative and intellectual curiosity. Join us to be the leaders of tomorrow.
Successful completion of OET shaped my career, and now I can work as a registered nurse here, and I can work in my dream field, so which was really exciting for me. My name is Hardik Patel. I am from India. I was keen to study nursing because my grandfather was admitted in civil hospital. When I realized how nice they are caring, I had that feeling that I can also become a registered nurse. Australian university have high standard and they are globally reputed. So I thought to move here in Australia for my further study. The successful completion of OET means a lot to me. I can now apply for APRA registration and I can work as a registered nurse here in Australia. So I can have multiple country experience and I can add as much wings as possible in my career. So it really means a lot to me. The process of booking is quite easygoing. I called customer service couple of times. They were so easygoing and they explain everything. So yeah, it was good. When I think about the test, I was a bit nervous. They made it so friendly when I went there. They were quite cooperative and they guided me. Speaking examiner, she played a role play as if I am facing the same situation in hospital. I felt like as if I'm talking with my patient. Communication, it's a key in each and everything, in particularly health settings. Clinical placement is a great place where we can imbibe our theoretical knowledge into the practical setting. I would highly recommend OET to the health practitioner because everything is transparent in terms of marking and in terms of preparations. I will
My name is Anna Mailis. I've arrived to Australia a couple of years ago. I was born in Soviet Union and then...
Welcome to Nirwan University, Jaipur, a distinguished institution established by Government of Rajasthan through Act Number 2 of 2017. Situated on Jaipur-Agra Highway, it spans across 35 acres of lush green campus amidst Aravali Hills. University takes pride in its rich heritage and dedication to excellence in education. Led by the visionary Dr. S.L. Sihar, the chairperson, Nirwan University holds the honor of being recently bestowed with the Pride of Rajasthan Award. Under the patronage of Nirwan Charitable Trust, our institution heads 13 esteemed establishments, accredited by esteemed bodies such as University Grants Commission, Pharmacy Council of India, Dental Council of India, Indian Nursing Council and the Bar Council of India. Nirwan University ensures that all its 13 schools have state-of-the-art infrastructure to support a holistic learning experience. The students of university are nurtured with theoretical knowledge and encouraged to participate in sports activities. We have Fitness Yoga Club to promote physical and mental well-being. The university believes in providing hands-on practical experience and field exposure. Nirwan University has carved its niche by organizing international and national level academic events. Beyond classrooms, we foster a vibrant community, creative and intellectual curiosity. Join us to be the leaders of tomorrow.
हेलो हेलो ठीक है Very good morning to one and all present here. Today I, Kanaka,
And I, Dr. Shivendra,
feel privileged and honored to stand here on behalf of Nirwan University, Jaipur, and extend a warm welcome to all the present dignitaries and worthy delegates present here. We cordially thank you for taking out time and being part of this event. We have gathered here today to witness international workshop on professional communication in health sciences in collaboration with OET.
OET or Occupational English Test is designed to meet the specific English language needs of the healthcare sector. OET is accepted as proof of English proficiency in countries like UK, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, Namibia and Singapore for registration in 12 healthcare professions. The aim of today's event is to bring heads from various institutes, colleges and healthcare sectors to learn all about the ideas and objectives of the Occupational English Test or OET program.
So, now I request all the dignitaries to please come forward and take a seat on the dais. I welcome Honorable Chairperson, Nirwan University, Jaipur, Dr. S.L. Sihag, our guest of honor, Dr. Vishwa Mohan Katoch, Honorable Professor Dr. Arvind Kumar Agrawal, President, Nirwan University, Jaipur, our guest of honor, Dr. Jogendra Sharma, our Honorable CEO and Vice Chairperson, Dr. R.K. Arora, and our special guest, Mr. Adam Phillip, to please kindly come and take the seat on the dais. We welcome you all to the event. Please welcome them. Now, I request Honorable Dr. S.L. Sihag to present bouquet to Dr. V.M. Katoch. We welcome you, sir, to the event. Thank you so much, sir. I request Honorable Professor Dr. Arvind Kumar Agrawal to please felicitate Dr. Jogendra Sharma with flowers. We welcome you, sir, to the event. Now, I request Honorable CEO and Vice Chairperson Dr. R.K. Arora to present bouquet to Mr. Adam Phillips. It's an honor and privilege to be part of such an august gathering.
Now I invite Honorable CEO and Vice Chairperson, Nirwan University, Jaipur, Dr. R.K. Arora, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning, distinguished guests, dear friends, colleagues, participants, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. V.M. Katoch, Chair, National Academy of Science of India, for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest. I also feel honored to welcome our guest of honor, Dr. Jogendra Sharma, Vice President, Indian Nursing Council. A special welcome also goes to Mr. Adam Phillip, CCO, OET, who is our special guest, and they are here for this workshop. And your presence means a lot to us, Adam, and it signifies your support for Nirwan Universities. I also take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to all of our guests and delegates. As we gather here, we can't overlook the important issue in the healthcare field. It's crucial for us to adapt and prepare for future challenges. Nirwan University Jaipur is taking a significant step by offering a well-rounded education, especially in healthcare. We strongly believe in empowering our students with the right knowledge and skills for their careers. This workshop, in collaboration with OET, will help us to understand the challenges and explore the opportunities worldwide. Our focus is not only on OET, but also on other valuable skills like English speaking, personality development, and IT skills. These will not only enhance students' career opportunities, but also create supportive technical environment. I am confident that our efforts will pay off, and by the end of this workshop, we all will leave with fresh ideas and thoughts to improve our healthcare sectors. Once again, thank you to all of you for being here with us. Let's make the most of this opportunity to learn, grow, and inspire each other. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words. Now, I would like to introduce you all to our special guest and key speaker for today's event, Mr. Adam Phillips, He is a commercial leader with more than 20 years of experience in commerce, both in Australia and overseas in startup, turnaround, and innovation business. Experience specifically in the identification and analysis of customer journey and life cycles. An efficient and engaging leader. He is a Chief Commercial Officer, OET Melbourne, Australia. Sir, I request you to say few words to the gathering. Wherever you feel comfortable, sir.
Is that on? Terrific, yeah. Well, Dr. Aurora and Dr. Siak and other dignitaries and everyone here, first let me start by saying what an absolute honour it is for us to also be here today, part of the OET team, the Occupational English Test, and which is owned by Cambridge and Box Hill TAFE, but we'll talk a little bit about that later on. But I'd just like to say, you know, very, very humbled and thrilled to be part of this forum today. And I suppose I'm asked to say just a couple of opening remarks here and maybe tell you why, from my perspective and OET's perspective, we're thrilled to be participating in this workshop. Because I think I'd like to say three things to that point. The first one is, from a business person and a business leader's point of view, I think great businesses work with great other businesses. Great businesses have great partnerships. Partnerships are built through mutual goals, but also like-minded ventures together. The second one is great partnerships. People think traditionally about business to business, but ultimately I think if you're to keep up to date with the market, keep in tune with what the market wants, then you need to be thinking outside the box. And what better way to think outside the box than to create business partnerships with education institutions. And Nirwan is one of those institutions that we're thrilled to be exploring and investigating cooperations and ways we can move forward to meet what the market needs. I think one of the things that I'm super thrilled with when we talk to Nirwan University, and I think one of the challenges here in India, not just in North India, but the opportunity is still any place in India, and so what better place to do it here in North India, in Rajasthan, is to really think about how we can improve healthcare systems through better communications. That's what we do at OET. And the progressive conversations we're having at the moment is how do we join together better and start earlier the move to a better level of communication proficiency. Now, the language we use, which connects us all in so many countries, and we'll talk about it later this morning, is English, but it also is the connector language here in India as well. And so one of the things that we're super thrilled to be exploring with Nirwan College is how can we work collectively together to move away from a just-in-time philosophy, is separating professional development from communication development, and somehow think of them as an ecosystem and bringing them together back to the foundational level to create better healthcare system. So very thrilled to be here today and contribute to this workshop. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Our guest of honor for the event, Dr. Jogendra Sharma, is the Vice President of Indian Nursing Council. He is the recipient of a National Award for President of Florence Nightingale Foundation. He is currently serving as Principal, Government College of Nursing, Jaipur. He is also the President of the Trained Nurses Association of India, State Branch in Rajasthan. He has previously held various important posts, to name a few: Assistant Registrar of RUHS, Registrar, Rajasthan Nursing Council, Principal Coordinator, the Global Fund to Fight AIDS, Tuberculosis, Malaria Project, Member Secretary, Faculty of Nursing, Member Board of Studies, Board of Inspection, Academic Council, and Chairman Counseling Board, RUHS. Sir, please share a few words to the gathering.
निर्वाण यूनिवर्सिटी द्वारा चिकित्सा के क्षेत्र में आज प्रथम बार आयोजित ओईटी की कॉन्फ्रेंस में विराजित सम्मानीय डॉक्टर एस.एल. सियाग साहब, चेयरपर्सन निर्वाण यूनिवर्सिटी, डॉक्टर आर.के. अरोड़ा साहब, वाइस चेयरपर्सन एंड सीईओ निर्वाण यूनिवर्सिटी, डॉक्टर एडम फिलिप्स, सीईओ ओटी, डॉक्टर कटोच साहब, वाइस चांसलर डॉक्टर अरविंद अग्रवाल साहब, मिस्टर टॉम, मिस्टर आशीष, मेरे सामने बैठे सभी मेडिकल नर्सिंग जगत के सीनियर फैकल्टीजगण एवं बाहर से पधारे सभी अतिथिगण, आज इस नर्सिंग के डिमांडिंग युग में जब चारों ओर नर्सिंग का बहुत ज़्यादा रिक्वायरमेंट और बोलबाला है, आज हिंदुस्तान में 34 लाख नर्सेज रजिस्टर्ड हैं। इतने बड़े देश में 34 लाख नर्सेज के साथ उनके कारोबार, उनके रोजगार के साथ पेशेंट को अच्छी सर्विसेज के लिए महती आवश्यकता है कि ओईटी जैसी इंस्टीट्यूटों का जो एक बहुत बड़ा रिसर्च वर्क है, उसके बाद इन्होंने एक अपने आइडियाज़ जो एक सभी जगह समाहित किए हैं और ओईटी का एक जो उद्देश्य मेडिकल के क्षेत्र में लगभग 12 और प्रोफेशनल्स हैं जो इसमें शामिल होते हैं। आज राजस्थान में इस ओईटी के माध्यम से आज जो एक यहाँ पर बड़ी शुरुआत हो रही है, यहाँ पर नर्सिंग जगत के सारे राजस्थान के लोग विराजे हुए हैं। हम सबको महती आवश्यकता है कि राजस्थान में जहाँ 2 लाख रजिस्टर्ड नर्स हैं, जहाँ लगभग 1 लाख स्टूडेंट्स इस नर्सिंग कॉलेजों में यहाँ पढ़ते हैं, ऐसे में उनका आगे भविष्य किस ढंग से हो और कैसे वो अच्छी डिलीवरी दे पाएँ हॉस्पिटल्स में, इसका सुनिश्चित करने के लिए हम सभी को इन ओईटी की संस्थाओं के बारे में गहनता से जानकारी करनी चाहिए। आज किसी से छुपा नहीं कि आज हिंदुस्तान में नर्सिंग का संवाद जब पेशेंट से, अटेंडेंट से होता है तो उसकी क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ में और बाहर जो फॉरेन में जो नर्सिंग काम करते हैं उसमें ज़मीन आसमान का अंतर है। आज हम वेतनों को लेकर बात करें तो मात्र हिंदुस्तान में जीएनएम और बीएससी 8-8 हज़ार रुपये में भी यहाँ काम करते हैं। उसका कारण मैं मानता हूँ केवल जागरूकता ही है, उनमें अवेयरनेस नहीं है कि हम इस कोर्स के बाद जो हमने इतना डिमांडिंग कोर्स किया है जिसकी पूरी दुनिया में इस समय ज़रूरत है, और कोविड के बाद तो एकदम नर्सिंग का जो टर्निंग पॉइंट आया है, हर देश में शॉर्टेज नर्सिंग की। आज हमारे यहाँ रजिस्टर्ड नर्स जीएनएम की या बीएससी की, एमएससी की, जिस दिन रजिस्टर्ड होता है उस दिन रजिस्टर्ड नर्स कहलाता है। पर वास्तव में रजिस्टर्ड नर्स क्या है? आज रजिस्टर्ड नर्स बनने के लिए आज जिस ढंग से सारे देशों में एक यूनिवर्सल फिनोमेना है, कोर्स चलते हैं, उस कोर्स के माध्यम से यहाँ के स्टूडेंट्स और नर्सिंग स्टाफगण किस ढंग से इसके बारे में जाने कि हम यूनिवर्सल किस प्रकार से कवर कर पाएं। हमारा जो एक सिलेबस है, आशीष जी भी यहाँ सामने बैठे हैं, आरुष का जो सिलेबस है उसके पार्ट में कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स से सारे होते हैं, पर उसमें गहनता से इस बारे में नहीं बताया जाता कि किस ढंग से हमें पेशेंट से, अटेंडेंट से और बाहर किस प्रकार से व्यवहार करना चाहिए। आज कई बार कारण होते हैं कि ओवर क्राउड की वजह से, पेशेंट के, अटेंडेंट की अभद्रता की वजह से हमें कई बार सुनने को मिलता है हॉस्पिटल्स में कई गुस्से में घटनाएं हो जाती हैं। उस गुस्से को भी काबू करने के लिए इस स्किल्स में किस ढंग से बताया गया है, वो सब सीखने की बहुत आवश्यकता है। आज डॉक्टर एस.एल. सियाग साहब का नाम इस चिकित्सा क्षेत्र में बखूबी सारे लोग जानते हैं। आप लगभग 25 साल से इस चिकित्सा क्षेत्र में एक बड़ा नाम के साथ एक क्वालिटी वर्क की ओर हमेशा दृढ़ संकल्प रहते हैं। आपके विभिन्न संस्थान राजस्थान का गौरव बढ़ाते हैं। आज आपने कहते हैं कि जब शुरुआत होती है और शुरुआत के बाद में आदमी जब स्ट्रगल से सेटिस्फैक्शन के लेवल पे पहुंचता है। आज डॉक्टर साहब हमारे सक्सेस के पॉइंट पे हैं, सेटिस्फैक्शन लेवल पे हैं और एक यहाँ की एक हस्ती है राजस्थान की। मैं इनको साधुवाद दूंगा कि आज उन्होंने आगे बढ़कर और इस राजस्थान में ओईटी के माध्यम से यहाँ के बच्चों को किस ढंग से अच्छी तरह क्वालिफाइड
साधुवाद दूंगा
किस ढंग से
आज उन्होंने आगे बढ़कर
और विदेशों
इस राजस्थान में
किस ढंग से
ओईटी के माध्यम से यहाँ के बच्चों को
समझाया
किस ढंग से अच्छी तरह क्वालिफाइड किया जाए,
वेतन के साथ
किस
आप
ढंग
8
से
घंटे काम करते हैं, वहीं आप मिनिमम 2.5 लाख रुपए वेतन के साथ 8 घंटे काम करेंगे और एक सम्मानजनक जिंदगी के साथ अपने परिवार का जीवन यापन कर कर अपने समाज में नाम बढ़ाएंगे। इन्हीं सब भावनाओं के साथ डॉक्टर सियाग साहब ने जो आज की कॉन्फ्रेंस आयोजित की, मैं पुनः धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करता हूं। डॉक्टर कटोच साहब यहाँ बैठे हैं, आप एकेडमिक जगत से बहुत नज़दीक से जुड़े हुए हैं और आपके विचार और आइडियाज़ को सभी लोग बहुत समाहित करते हैं। मैं आपसे भी निवेदन करूंगा कि जो हमारा यूनिवर्सिटी का सिलेबस है उसमें एक एडिशनल पार्ट हर नर्सिंग कॉलेज में ओईटी के सिलेबस का जो इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट है उसको पाथवे सिस्टम की तरह फर्स्ट ईयर से ही लागू करने के लिए एक योजना बनानी चाहिए, जिससे हमारे बच्चे जो फर्स्ट ईयर से लेकर 4th ईयर तक पास हों तो उनको लंबा एक समय ना लगे इस टेस्ट को पास करने के लिए। और जिस ढंग से वो निकले हैं, आज हर देश में इतनी रिक्वायरमेंट है नर्सिंग की कि आज आप ये टेस्ट पास कर लेते हैं, 3 से 6 महीने में आप एक अच्छे जॉब में जाकर अपने खुद की सेवा, समाज की और परिवार की सेवा कर सकते हैं। मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा डॉक्टर आर.के. अरोड़ा साहब को, जिन्होंने इतना सुंदर आयोजन कर इस ओईटी का यहाँ आयोजन किया। मैं पुनः सभी आयु व्यक्ति का धन्यवाद देता हूँ कि आप समय निकाल कर यहाँ पधारे। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you so much, sir, for your enlightening words. Now, I would like to introduce you all to our honorable chief guest for the event, Dr. V.M. Katoch. He was selected as first secretary to the Government of India, Department of Health Research, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and Director General of Indian Council of Medical Research. Among his many contributions, he is the developer of molecular methods of rapid diagnosis of disease like TB, leprosy, developed DNA chips, DNA fingerprinting methods, etc. He is a recipient of various awards, to name a few: Young Scientist Award and Dr. S.C. Agrawal Oration Award of Indian Association of Medical Microbiologists, Dr. C.G.S. Iyer and JALMA Trust Fund Operation Award of ICMR, Excellence in Science and Technology Award for the year 2010 and 2011 by Indian Science of Congress Association. I request you, sir, to kindly enlighten the gathering with few words. Thank you so much.
Dr. Sihag, Dr. Agrawal, Dr. Arora, all the key players of the Nirvana University movement, and of course the important guests today, my old colleague Dr. Joginder Sharma, Mr. Adam Phillips, I think this workshop is mainly from around you and the technologies you will talk about, how to pass this, how to move through the journey of OET. As I, after sitting through here and listening to the speakers, I got the first-hand feeling of what you want to do actually. Communication is important for everybody. This university runs about 14 schools. It's important for everybody. So it's not, I don't think anybody disagree that communication is not important for anyone. It's important whether it's a politics, it's your life, your personal life, everything. And when you talk of the health professionals, see the journey of this country, why I'm telling you, I'll give you 1 minute of the journey part. India and Britain, we were together till 47. 47 onward, we started our own independent journey. But the medical education continued to be essentially the same. But the ethos changed, the cultural changed. Britain has run a system where it's still very structured. Your GPs are very strong. It goes through a pattern, it goes through a system. And there is a responsibilities for everybody. There is a responsibility for the specialist, responsibility for the other professionals. And it's all defined, right up to pharmacists, technician, everybody is defined. So that remains a very structured society even today for decision making in the health sector, whether it is at public health level or at the clinical level. But India has gone into a very different spin actually. It moved very fast with a huge network of the corporate hospitals, many hospitals which are aspiring to be the corporate hospitals, but many top medical institutions in the government sector also, which are as important. They, I think, still among the best. The private also are many are among the best, like Panipal and other institutions, but that's very diverse. In the same way is the story of the medical sector in the government side also. So when the professionals are being trained, you have to look at one reality. 40, 50 years back, 60 years back, there was no chaos. There was a one-to-one connection between the doctor and his people being served by him or her. So hardly any clash. They were loved, they were admired, they were revered, they respected like God actually. Still that terminology comes quite often in the mind of people. But then the society changed. So the expectations have changed. So when you're talking of today's profession, the youngsters who are today joining as a profession want to have a career. As Jogendra Sharma ji said very clearly, you can have a career which is as per your talent actually. You are paid because that you need to pass some skills actually. But to reach that skills, you need some elements which I'll just dwell upon. Perhaps, I may not stay back for the panel discussion because I didn't know about that. But the point I would like to communicate to you, see the essentials of the communication in the health sector today have become more of a organized, your commitment, your need. But for that need, you have to be motivated. Earlier, doctor was motivated. He loved his patients. He had a care. The nurse loved the subject she was looking after. For her, it was not a profession. It is a life actually. Same way for every health profession, it was a life actually. So you were there by your feelings, by your instinct, by your, I think, morality, by your, spiritual feelings. That's no longer there actually. It's there in a very small segment of the people today actually. But you can't change the society. I'm not going to talk on that. I'm talking of what you need actually. So that means you are today's realities, where is a business-like relationship, but that business-like relationship also has a human component. When you become a patient, you will suffer something, you have a problem, you are under distress. So that means you demand services, you need services which have a compassion. Empathy remains still in the core actually. The second thing needs your knowledge. You should be skilled. You should have that adequate knowledge of what you're knowing, what you're going to communicate. If you're a doctor, you have to know what you are going to communicate. If you are a nurse, you have to need what you need to communicate. And that communication has to be in a very simple, straightforward language actually. Not irritant to anybody. So what is the content? How is content has to be decided? All this you will learning because I'm not a communication specialist. I'm like a doctor who turned into a scientist, and I think last 20 years of my career I've been administrator actually. So I'm talking of the very general feelings. But these are the core elements which I'm talking from my core of my heart actually. That means your knowledge, that has to, what you need to communicate, you must know that perfectly. So you can't be a good communicator without knowledge. You have to know what you are going to communicate. What as a pharmacist, what you need to communicate, whether as a technician, what you need to communicate, and to communicate to whom? Is it the patient only? Is the relative of the patient only? No. Other people in the chain. Maybe a higher up in the chain, maybe in the lower in the chain, maybe in the horizontal chain. So the communication, your responsibilities have to be structured actually. What you are communicating to whom? Knowledge and the chain of communication. Because ultimately the outcome will depend upon you're working for an outcome. That means best outcome in terms of the success of the treatment of the patient. Okay, so no mistakes, no, I think a mistake, by your mistake person should not die. Secondly, that his or her outcomes are excellent. And then in the end, he or she feels also good. They feel what Dr. Jagadish Sharma was talking about when today you find these problems, the people are beaten in the hospitals. Why? Because they have no faith in them actually. There's no communication, there's a communication failure actually. So that communication failure can make a havoc actually. Okay, so but you're not working for yours to save your skin only. Outcomes. So your outcomes depends upon the efficient communication, the chain of communication. So communication for different people will mean different. For administrator, it will mean different thing who's running a hospital. So any of you today, tomorrow you are in part of that chain, you have to understand that. Then you know what your responsibilities, what you want to communicate, how you want to communicate. And in the end, you know what one part which is ignored actually. That means you have to really look back. Is your communication working? See, quite often we don't look back. And in the systems also don't look back, whether the communication is efficiently working. And I think that's lacking everywhere actually, by and large. That's how, when the transformation has happened in this country, for example, huge network of a very good hospitals, mostly in the private sector, but excellent in the government sector also. If you take the top 10 institutions in the country, the 6 are in the government sector, 7 are in the government sector. And they are among the best in the world actually. The private also they are there. They come in the right up in the top 10, top 20, many of them. But down the line, when you look at the huge, actually the need, as Mr. Adam was talking about, need of this state, need of the country, need of the globe, need of the region. That assessment, when you look at, you have to position yourself. Firstly, I think most of you are concerned with your career. So you're looking at what I'll get. But the second part is, will you lead a happy life? Will you lead a satisfied life? Will you have a life of innovating something actually for future? I think that part you should not ignore actually. It's not a spiritual talk. It is very much a very personal talk because in the end of your road, how much you earn makes a difference, but doesn't make a total difference. You may be a creator of a system. You may be a creator of I think, good network around you. You may be running an institution around you. But that will all depend upon your motivation actually. So the communication part, I think, is one of the very core features of the ultimate success. India, one example which I'll part with actually. Agriculture, ICR, ICMR, 2 stories. ICMR came in 1911. No, this is a more than 100-year-old organization. Indian Council of Agriculture Research came much later after independence. But their successes have been far greater than the ICMR. ICMR I headed, so I'm a very proud ICMR person. My wife headed an institution in ICMR. So we belong to ICMR. But ICMR success was that great actually, except for the occasions. Why? That communication system. We didn't establish a communication system. We had a few institutions. We didn't establish a strong communication system within the medical colleges where you could make a difference. ICR did everywhere actually. They had the extension centers everywhere. So they reached out to the farmer chain very quickly. They brought a revolution right in 60s. ICMR is a success story overall. Health of the people has changed. We have created technologies which are reached to the people. We could create the vaccines within 6 months, 3 months. So there are a lot of good examples. But for the people, when you look at your stories around, because you have agriculture institution also within yourself, you have a health institution also within yourself, you will compare, why something works, why something doesn't work. Both at the medical level, local level, clinical level, hospital level, and the public health level. Communication is the core. And the last part which you must remember, for communication to succeed, the most important element is the cultural aspect. Because if your syllabus, if your thinking, if your orientation and your measurement of success is not geared to look at what the people of that area whom you are serving expect from you, you are bound to be a failure. There are no chances for your success. You will make money, you may run a good institute hospital, you may run a good setup, but in the end, this is bound to be a failure. Long-term success will depend upon your cultural integration with the people you're going to serve. And in the health sector, that is the most vital actually. So all of you, whether they are from the nursing stream, whether they are some of maybe from the medical stream, I really don't know about that. Some will be from the pharmacy stream, some may be the technicians, some may be the health counselors also among you. I really don't know because I really don't know much about the university except for because I was introduced to the university by Professor Rajababu Pambar because he's one a very distinguished friend. But I really don't know much about the university. But I really don't know who are the people today really getting benefited by this excellent workshop which is starting with a very long-term mission actually. Because ultimately your command in English will make a difference. Indians speak good English. For India, the English continues to be a medium of communication. That's a very good thing. Through that, we communicate, we do a good science, we communicate science, we communicate with the world much better than perhaps most of the countries in the world. And that remains a cornerstone of this OET story also because English remains the, I think, best medium of communication all over the globe. So I think what you do for your success in the country, the key elements I talked about, but then your success at the world at large. I think this story, I think a beginning of a good story, I believe. So this, I think, get into this very seriously, but look at all the aspects which I think I hinted on. I'm not I really don't claim to know everything. And if I don't claim to know anything, I won't say assert. I've just shared my perceptions as somebody who has spent a lifetime in the medicine and tried to bring new changes, some successful, some not so successful. But certainly, I think I'm very delighted to be here this morning and be, I think, here for a few minutes, see a few faces. Hope to remain connected, hope to contribute. Good luck. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Dr. S.L. Sehag, the Honorable Chairperson, Nirwan University, Jaipur, to kindly grace the gathering with few words.
Good morning to each and every one of you. I am happy to be here today, welcoming you all to the International Workshop on Professional Communication in Health Sciences. This workshop is a joint effort between Nirwan University Jaipur and OET. I want to express my gratitude for the presence of our honorable guests and all the esteemed dignitaries who have joined us. The healthcare sector is facing some important challenges these days, and we must adopt and prepare ourselves and our students for future challenges. Our main objective to the offer state-of-art educational facilities for healthcare professionals. We are dedicated to providing our students with the most advanced and well-developed technologies in teaching and learning. Our mission is to adapt to the evolving needs of the healthcare sector and empower our students to grow globally. We strongly believe that our working together with partners like OET and incorporating IT skills, we can revolutionize the healthcare delivery system. Let's together work toward making a difference and bringing about positive changes in the healthcare sector. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. As a token of appreciation, we would like to present our esteemed guests mementos as a small token of gratitude for sparing their valuable time for our event. I request Dr. S.L. Sehag to present a memento to Dr. V.M. Katosh. I request Dr. S.L. Sehag to present a memento to Dr. Jogendra Sharma. And so I request Dr. S.L. Sehag to present a memento to Mr. Adam Phillips.
Now we like to move to our second session for today's event. We'll just take next 2 minutes to start for the second session. Now we'll proceed with the next session for the today's event. Our institution has always provided its students with a healthy and fairly competitive environment to help them to grow in every sphere of activity, be it academics, sports, or any other extracurricular role. We are given equal opportunities to realize our true potential and prepare to face the outer world. Today is one such initiative where we are moving ahead to redefine the healthcare industry by bringing new techniques that will help our students to achieve heights. Now, I would like to take this honor to request Professor Dr. Arvind Kumar Agrawal, President of Nirwan University, Jaipur, to please come and present a presentation on Nirwan University, Jaipur. Please, sir.
Good morning, everybody. It's an honored privilege to make a brief presentation about our esteemed university, the Nirwan University, Jaipur. The university was established by a Government of Rajasthan Legislative Act in 2017. So we are a very young university. And it was founded by a very visionary, dynamic leader, Dr. S.L. Sehag, who has been at the vanguard of a movement in the domain of education and health. And he has been looking after various institutions in Sri Ganganagar and Jaipur. I am supported by my colleague, esteemed Dr. Arora, who is Vice Chairperson and CEO of this institution. Dr. Sehag, the visionary leader, who is in a way the harbinger of a silent revolution in the field of health education, as he was the one who founded the very first private dental college of Rajasthan, the Rajasthan Dental College and Hospital, and Rajasthan College of Nursing. And he was given an award by Honorable Governor of Rajasthan, the Pride of Rajasthan, recently. Dr. Arora, my very esteemed colleague, he is a valiant soldier by profession, and now he has graced the university with his acumen and visionary leadership, and he was given President's Medal by Honorable President of India for his contribution to our paramilitary forces and security issues of Government of India. Well, I would not speak about myself and move over. The Nirwan group of institutions has so many institutions, including hospitals, including colleges of pharmacy, colleges of nursing, dental sciences, and we also have a college of law besides this university. We have multiple schools, and we have so many centers of higher education within the university, and we prepare our students in consonance with NEP 2020 and NCRF. These are our programs, and these are the memberships and approvals from various bodies, regulatory bodies of India. The university is beautifully nestled amidst Aravali Hills on the highway, Jaipur-Agra highway. And if you can see, the architecture is an epitome of vision of our Honorable Chairperson. The structure, the architecture is the Greek temple architecture, which in fact epitomizes education. If you recall, UNESCO logo is of this Greek temple only, this design only. And I have served 46 years in higher education, and I have never seen such big squares, such lavish architecture in my life in any private university. Of course, old government universities did have, but now even the modern central universities and IITs do not have the luxury of the kind of vision that our Honorable Chairperson has shown. These are our campus facilities. We have a very rich library and laboratory with a dedicated and well-trained faculty members. We recently held an international conference where Secretary Energy Regulatory Commission of Bangladesh was there, professors from Delhi University and JNU were there, and many scholars, including Rector Emeritus from Italy, another professor from Italy, a professor from Sweden, a professor from UK, and a professor from Brazil. They all participated, and we had 262 delegates. We are just not interested in educating only students, but in tune, in consonance with the vision of our Honorable Chairperson, we have been trying to bring up all neighboring institutions, and by way of educating them, spreading awareness and sensitizing them regarding NAC accreditation so that quality of education could go up. And we have so far held 2 workshops on NAC, and they were extremely successful workshops. We had a career counseling workshop with Flipkart on supply chain certification program, and we had another workshop, as I told you, about NAC. We have been holding various webinars and seminars. These are various celebrations. We have so far signed 5 international MOUs, 9 national MOUs, and we have adopted 5 villages. And I am extremely proud to inform delegates that we are in the process of signing an MOU with one of the largest automobile car industry in India, and they would like to join us. And yesterday, as I had also announced, we are going to have a BBA in retail management, and these students would get stipend from the company, and they would be jointly educated by our university as well as that company, and post their program, they would be absorbed by the company's dealership network. So this is one of the biggest feather in our cap. We had signed an MOU with IDP India. Of course, the Cambridge people are here. So, Honorable Chairperson is very much committed to the national mission of Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao program, and we, in these 5 villages, which are mostly predominantly tribal villages of Dausa region and Jaipur region, we have been awarding scholarship, free education to girl child and meritorious students on the directions of Honorable Chairperson. We recently arranged this event with SDRF, State Disaster Relief Facility. We have a huge agricultural farm land where our department, faculty of agriculture, keeps innovating and educating the farmers in the neighborhood. And students get their different programs of studies in agriculture. This is from SN School of Law, where our SN College of Law, where students have gone to learn from the court. Our students have the opportunity for a comprehensive development of their personality, and our students have excelled at national level in Khelo India program, Khelo India competition, and various other national level university competitions where they have got different medals, right from silver medal to bronze medal. So these are few examples.
Rajput Ruchita. Silver medal goes to Neha. Gold medal goes to Komal.
These are photographs for different celebrations in the university. We have a very vibrant school of yoga, faculty of yoga. In fact, a lot of students are taking PhD in yoga, and we have a full-fledged department of yoga. In fact, we have almost 67 students who are pursuing PhD in yoga from our university. Research wing of Nirwan University is extremely active and dynamic. In fact, we have more than 300 research scholars. We have already got a few patents, and we have published almost 200 research articles. And we are launching we have already launched new tech, that is Nirwan University Technology Education Center, where we would have incubation and innovation center for technology. And we are also launching a new journal soon. This is our newsletter. This is our new research journal, which we are launching. Our students have done well, not only in India but abroad. One of our students was Akanksha Kathuria. She was awarded under Erasmus program in Romania. So you can see. These are few notable research publications made by our very, very efficient faculty members, Dr. Jasuja, Dr. Ajmera, Dr. Nehra, Ms. Shivani Dubey, Dr. Piyush. One of the most notable feature is our university is managed by a software which has been created to cater to IITs, NITs, central universities, IIMs, and IIPRs and NIPERs, the national institutions of eminence. And we are probably the only private university to be being managed by that software. So that really gives us impetus for doing new work or doing innovative work in the field of education. Our visionary values are education, values and skill, shiksha, sanskar, evam samarthya. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll have now a 15-minute break. I request all delegates to join us for high tea.
Government of Rajasthan through Act number 2 of 2017. Situated on Jaipur-Agra highway, it spans across 35 acres of lush green campus amidst Aravali hills. University takes pride in its rich heritage and dedication to excellence in education. Led by the visionary Dr. S.L. Sihar, the chairperson, Nirwan University holds the honor of being recently bestowed with the Pride of Rajasthan Award. Under the patronage of Nirwan Charitable Trust, our institution heads 13 esteemed establishments, accredited by esteemed bodies such as University Grants Commission, Pharmacy Council of India, Dental Council of India, Indian Nursing Council and the Bar Council of India. Nirwan University ensures that all its 13 schools have state-of-the-art infrastructure to support a holistic learning experience. The students of university are nurtured with theoretical knowledge and encouraged to participate in sports activities. We have Fitness Yoga Club to promote physical and mental well-being. The university believes in providing hands-on practical experience and field exposure. Nirwan University has carved its niche by organizing international and national level academic events. Beyond classrooms, we foster a vibrant community, creative and intellectual curiosity. Join us to be the leaders of tomorrow.
Successful completion of OET shaped my career, and now I can work as a registered nurse here, and I can work in my dream field, so which was really exciting for me. My name is Hardik Patel. I am from India. I was keen to study nursing because my grandfather was admitted in civil hospital. When I realized how nice they are caring, I had that feeling that I can also become a registered nurse. Australian university have high standard and they are globally reputed. So I thought to move here in Australia for my further study. The successful completion of OET means a lot to me. I can now apply for APRA registration and I can work as a registered nurse here in Australia. So I can have multiple country experience and I can add as much wings as possible in my career. So it really means a lot to me. The process of booking is quite easygoing. I called customer service couple of times. They were so easygoing and they explain everything. So yeah, it was good. When I think about the test day, I was a bit nervous. They made it so friendly when I went there. They were quite cooperative and they guided me. Speaking examiner, she played a role play as if I am facing the same situation in hospital. I felt like as if I am talking with my patient. Communication, it's a key in each and everything, in particularly health settings. Clinical placement is a great place where we can imbibe our theoretical knowledge into the practical setting. I would highly recommend OET to the health practitioner because everything is transparent in terms of marking and in terms of preparations. I will try my level best to help this open-minded and lovely community as much as I can.
My name is Anna Mairis. I've arrived to Australia a couple of years ago. I was born in Soviet Union and then we moved with my family to Israel. We came to Australia. We really liked it here. At the moment, I work as pharmacy assistant, stocking shelves. I was already a pharmacist, registered pharmacist, actually was pharmacy doctor. Starting all over again, it was very hard. Emotionally, obviously. And but then I was yeah, hard. To be registered pharmacist here in Australia, I have to take a path of proving my skills, my English language knowledge. The first lady, actually, that recommended OET to me, she is a pharmacist from Russia. She went for OET, she did a preparatory course as well, and she just told me, just go and do OET, that's it, it's much more appropriate in her opinion, because it's for health professionals, it's all directed to our knowledge and what we are going to use in our profession. I gave it a try and I passed from the first time. Yay! OET test is, in my opinion, is a better English language test because it actually it's formed for healthcare professionals and it's all about health. So I obviously would say to my colleagues to do OET. No, I'm proud of myself, I must say. I have myself more self-esteem, so I'm happy. Yeah, feel good.
Welcome to Nirwan University, Jaipur, a distinguished institution established by Government of Rajasthan through Act Number 2 of 2017. Situated on Jaipur-Agra Highway, it spans across 35 acres of lush green campus amidst Aravali Hills. University takes pride in its rich heritage and dedication to excellence in education. Led by the visionary Dr. S.L. Sihar, the chairperson, Nirwan University holds the honor of being recently bestowed with the Pride of Rajasthan Award. Under the patronage of Nirwan Charitable Trust, our institution heads 13 esteemed establishments, accredited by esteemed bodies such as University Grants Commission, Pharmacy Council of India, Dental Council of India, Indian Nursing Council and the Bar Council of India. Nirwan University ensures that all its 13 schools have state-of-the-art infrastructure to support a holistic learning experience. The students of university are nurtured with theoretical knowledge and encouraged to participate in sports activities. We have Fitness Yoga Club to promote physical and mental well-being. The university believes in providing hands-on practical experience and field exposure. Nirwan University has carved its niche by organizing international and national level academic events. Beyond classrooms, we foster a vibrant community, creative and intellectual curiosity. Join us to be the leaders of tomorrow.
Successful completion of OET shaped my career, and now I can work as a registered nurse here, and I can work in my dream field, so which was really exciting for me. My name is Hardik Patel. I am from India. I was keen to study nursing because my grandfather was admitted in civil hospital. When I realized how nice they are caring, I had that feeling that I can also become a registered nurse. Australian university have high standard and they are globally reputed. So I thought to move here in Australia for my further study. The successful completion of OET means a lot to me. I can now apply for APRA registration and I can work as a registered nurse here in Australia. So I can have multiple country experience and I can add as much wings as possible in my career. So it really means a lot to me. The process of booking is quite easygoing. I called customer service couple of times. They were so easygoing and they explain everything. So yeah, it was good. When I think about the test day, I was a bit nervous. They made it so friendly when I went there. They were quite cooperative and they guided me. Speaking examiner, she played a role play as if I am facing the same situation in hospital. I felt like as if I am talking with my patient. Communication, it's a key in each and everything, in particularly health settings. Clinical placement is a great place where we can imbibe our theoretical knowledge into the practical setting. I would highly recommend OET to the health practitioner because everything is transparent in terms of marking and in terms of preparations. I will try my level best to help this open.
Tess.
Sorry? My laptop give output. Here we go. Come in.
हटा रहा हूँ मैं एक बार हटा रहा हूँ।
Let's change the view here.
Switch.
Yeah, good. Good job.
Welcome to Nirwan University, Jaipur, a distinguished institution established by Government of Rajasthan through Act Number 2 of 2017. Situated on Jaipur-Agra Highway, it spans across 35 acres of lush green campus amidst Aravali Hills. University takes pride in its rich heritage and dedication to excellence in education. Led by the visionary Dr. S.L. Sihar, the chairperson, Nirwan University holds the honor of being recently bestowed with the Pride of Rajasthan Award. Under the patronage of Nirwan Charitable Trust, our institution heads 13 esteemed establishments, accredited by esteemed bodies such as University Grants Commission, Pharmacy Council of India, Dental Council of India, Indian Nursing Council and the Bar Council of India. Nirwan University ensures that all its 13 schools have state-of-the-art infrastructure to support a holistic learning experience. The students of university are nurtured with theoretical knowledge and encouraged to participate in sports activities. We have Fitness Yoga Club to promote physical and mental well-being. The university believes in providing hands-on practical experience and field exposure. Nirwan University has carved its niche by organizing international and national level academic events. Beyond classrooms, we foster a vibrant community, creative and intellectual curiosity. Join us to be the leaders of tomorrow. Welcome to Nirwan University, Jaipur, a distinguished institution established by Government of Rajasthan through Act Number 2 of 2017. Situated on Jaipur-Agra Highway, it spans across 35 acres of lush green campus amidst Aravali Hills. University takes pride in its rich heritage and dedication to excellence in education. Led by the visionary Dr. S.L. Sihar, the chairperson, Nirwan University holds the honor of being recently bestowed with the Pride of Rajasthan Award. Under the patronage of Nirwan Charitable Trust, our institution heads 13 esteemed establishments, accredited by esteemed bodies such as University Grants Commission, Pharmacy Council of India, Dental Council of India, Indian Nursing Council and the Bar Council of India. Nirwan University ensures that all its 13 schools have state-of-the-art infrastructure to support a holistic learning experience.
I welcome everyone back. I request everyone to please be seated. We hope you all had your tea. Now let's resume the event and start with the next session. I request Mr. Adam and Mr. Tom Kennan to please enlighten us with your presentation on OET. Please, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Vice Chancellor, Nirwan University representatives, distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen, thank you again so much for having OET at your conference today. It's truly an honour for us to be able to have this opportunity to come and speak with you and share our thoughts on communication in the healthcare setting today. As the introduction said, my name's Adam Phillips. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer here at OET and based in Melbourne, and it's wonderful to be here in Jaipur along with my colleague also from Melbourne, Tom Keenan, who'll share this presentation with. I was listening to Dr. Katoch in his opening remarks, and I just wonder with this group whether we're just possibly working in one of the most noble professions that you can work in. That is, I give care. I give care not just to anyone, I give care to those people who are in need. It's a wonderful thing to be able to care for your fellow human being. And of course, when we think about care sometimes, communication is critical in caregiving. And I think that one of the things that we think about a lot is we focus on the credentialing, developing the professional skills, and making sure we have the correct proficiencies in order to create and overcome the hurdles we need to enter the profession. But care can be so much more than just credentialing, can't it? Sometimes it's a hand on the shoulder. It's reassuring people who are nervous or unsure. It's translating complex language into layperson language. And it's making the unknown into known. These things go beyond the actual assessment, pure assessment, and go into how I feel. Once again, I think that was the comments that were made in the opening remarks. They're much harder to assess. And that's why we believe passionately that OET, the Occupational English Test, the only global test that's developed by healthcare professionals for the healthcare setting, goes beyond simply just looking at, can I articulate a sentence clearly to you, but goes into, can I communicate with you in the healthcare setting? And it's why we've grown so rapidly in our 10-year history since 2013. But it is important, communication. Communication and that credentialing of communication is important, isn't it? I need to be able to articulate within the workplace setting, not just to the patient to deliver better healthcare outcomes, but between professional to professional, between professional to family. There are lots of different intricate relationships to communicate to. And the benefits research show are, the benefits of communication research shows are critical in creating better healthcare outcomes. But research also shows it goes beyond just simply the workplace. Better communication, being able to speak more clearly, gives the individual worker, particularly the worker, the professional working in a non-native setting, the confidence to work in the workplace. They feel better about themselves. And particularly those people, which OET deals a lot with, those who migrate to other countries, they feel more confident to assimilate into foreign settings, because language is only one complication or one challenge faced when you're in a new environment. And so very much OET, the Occupational English Test, has focused historically on the migration of healthcare professionals, but it's less and less so. It's more about also the domestic setting too. And I was having a wonderful conversation just now about the importance of English in the Indian healthcare system. Actually, in fact, in the global healthcare system that goes beyond simply English-speaking countries, but like into Brazil and Vietnam and into other countries where the language of connection for the international healthcare workforce is English. The knowledge of the patients, as I was having a conversation at the tea break, the knowledge of the patients from the internet is in English now. The better English we have, the better healthcare outcomes we believe there are. And once again, we believe that having a healthcare specific test has what they call a positive washback effect and is in fact beneficial. But that's enough about that. Tom and I are going to share this presentation, and as I said, I'm the Chief Commercial Officer. Tom will explain a little bit more about what OET is in the second half of the presentation. But for this first half of the presentation, I want to talk about the market and the demand for healthcare settings. We administer healthcare assessments. We are in the business of partnering, as I said in our opening remarks, partnering with progressive and like-minded institutions such as Nirwan University to think about how we move away from a just-in-time philosophy to a foundational learning. But always at the back of our mind is how do we elevate communication and improve communication across all the global healthcare system. And so to that extent, the part of my presentation is going to talk about the global demand. How is the market looking from our perspective? We administer tests in more than 120 countries with actually in the test centres, but
but through our remote testing, we deliver in 170. We are accepted by all of the major English countries' regulators to various degrees. And so what we do is we constantly keep an eye out on the trends and have a view on the demand for healthcare professionals and the healthcare workforce. So I'd like to speak a little bit about that. Then Tom's going to go on and talk about what is, in fact, OET, what's in the test, and talk a little bit about the test day acceptance. So if that sounds okay, the next 30 to 40 minutes will take you on this journey. The global supply and demand. So this is more in familiar territory for me. I studied economics, so demand supply is something that's terribly familiar with me. And this is the global demand. So this is statistics taken by the WHO, and they show that in 2013, the demand for healthcare professionals, and I've split it out by regions into East Asia, Pacific, Europe, and Central Asia and North America, outstrips supply, not by too much, but there's excessive demand than there is for the supply. But what's going on, what you're seeing is by 2030, they predict that shortfall is actually going to exaggerate, and the demand for healthcare workers is only going to proliferate. There are a number of reasons for that, and we'll talk about that in some later slides. But needless to say, the training and development of healthcare professionals globally is a required industry, a required sector that's only going to grow. In the Western world, in the UK, the NHS is under stress. Only have to look at the BBC website to read an article on the number of nurses that they require and the number of nurses they have. We'll talk about that in a minute. The global healthcare workforce, when we look at the major OEC, is an international workforce. That means that the workforces in certain countries rely heavily on migrant professionals to fulfill their roles, to fulfill their workforces. And if you look at Australia, for example, looking at the major OECD countries and the statistics, almost 54% of doctors in Australia are born overseas, 41% in Ireland, Canada's almost 40%, United Kingdom is 33%, and the US is 30%. When we look at the countries of origins, who's populating those jobs, you'll see that Philippines, in the profession of nursing especially, is filling those roles. India is second, Poland is third, United Kingdom is fourth, so UK also exports to Australia, so forth, and then Nigeria. So South Asia, East Asia, and Africa. And of course the NHS have recently said that not only is India a primary source of potential recruitment for the NHS, but also Africa as well. If we look at the global trends, as I said, I think that COVID over the last few years has only exaggerated the shortfall. COVID, in our view, didn't create the structural shortfall. That was there. COVID just showcased it for the Western economies, but it also then exaggerated it. So fatigue, there's a Commonwealth Fund survey that was produced in 2022 that is, I think it was Tom, battered and bruised, stressed out and burned out. And they talked about the resignation of doctors. 30 to 40% of doctors in Australia, UK, and Ireland are actively looking to retire early because they're stressed out and burned out. So COVID has exaggerated the shortfall, adding to what was already there. We've got an ageing workforce, so we haven't been recruiting as many people in for the future. So as people retire, that gets exaggerated too. We've got an ageing population also in the West, but also with the fourth point that's not added in here too, we have more expectations. As we get wealthier as a global economy and as a global society, we demand more. As technology advances and there are new procedures, people naturally want those. We live longer, we want more. So the demand for healthcare certainly isn't going away. And what I'd like to do is to concentrate the rest of my slides on these three countries by way of example. As I said, the demand for healthcare professionals in these three countries mimics what's also going on globally. And I think, as I said before, we had a conference here back in March down in Kerala where it was stated by one of the experts that 27% of all workplace injury in hospital system in India, the root cause was identified as communication. So improving the communication within the workplace is critical for all healthcare systems. If we look at UK, the UK vacancies, well, the NHS, I think I've already referred to them, but they employ 1.2 million people. They have over 110,000 vacancies right now, and 1 in 10 nursing posts are empty. And that's probably a little bit generous, isn't it? Because when a nurse retires, then that's a cost saving. The largest cost factor in a profit and loss of a hospital is its labour. So it's an advantage to try and save on the labour as much as you can and be as efficient as possible. In terms of recruitment, almost half of the new nurses are trained outside the UK. New international nurse registrants are the highest since 1990-91. That means that the reliance on the migrant populations of healthcare professionals to fill these roles has never been more important. And of course, the workforce needs to scale by another third in order to meet the OEC standards. And I'm not too sure if I'm correct, but the NHS, I've been told, and I use this a lot, so I hope it is correct, is the third largest employer on the planet. Just to fill out the top two, China Military and the Indian Railways are the number 1 and 2 places. So you're thinking if the third largest employer on the planet needs to scale up by a third, there's certainly no shortage of demand. Similarly, in the US, 20% of the healthcare workers have left their jobs since the pandemic. That's exceptional. 1 in 5 have left, stressed out and burned out. 40% of the doctors in the US are aged over 65, close to or very close to retiring. And over 1 million nurses are over the age of 50, which means they're coming into the latter half of their working careers. Looking at the shortage by numbers, you'll see that they're scattered all across the US, and there's no shortage of demand. In terms of US recruitment, the US needs 1.1 new registered nurses. 9%, they need to grow their workforce by 9% over the next 10 years. And of course, 15% are born overseas, which is at the lower end of the OEC standard, but still significant. Similarly, in Australia, the story is the same. There are vacancies, there are retirements, and we need more workers. In terms of recruiting in Australia, 1 in 3 nurses are born overseas.
and the increase for the demand for general practitioners, doctors, is 39%. To conclude, we watch these numbers and we watch the flows. We try to anticipate where the market's moving. I think that ultimately what we're saying is, as I said up front, the ageing population, post-COVID burnout, flexible work options, meaning that there are more part-time workers, reducing the available hours to work, plus the stalling of migration, the expectation that that I get better healthcare as the world gets richer socially and economically, and we're able to do more. The demand for healthcare workers has never been more prolific than it is right now. And once again, we feel that while the demand is strong, also in countries such as India, there's such a strong culture and school network of producing qualified professionals, nursing professionals, doctors, that actually India presents a real solution to these demand solutions. The limiting factor in these conversations is the healthcare professionals producing out of the institutions, education institutions, the number of healthcare professionals that also have the right level of English proficiency, and that's the challenge. Thank you. Tom, over to you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Adam. Firstly, I'd like to convey my thanks to the management of Nirwan University, to the leadership, and for having the Indian Nursing Council present here today. And I'd also like to start by saying that I feel that we're really aligned with the comments of Dr. Katosh. He said that cultural integration of people you will serve contributes to success. And I think that's really important, and it aligns with what we do. So people preparing for OET are actually getting culturally integrated to the workplace that they'll join in the future, whether that's in Australia, the UK or the US. And just going back one slide to this one, which is really important, that funnel where we can see the basic level of English, the intermediate and advanced, it's a lot harder to get to advanced and make your way to the offshore labour market. And where we come from in Melbourne, we're from Melbourne in Australia, we've just had 2 critical care units open and close because they didn't have the staff to be able to work in those care units. So they don't have enough staff to run care units. We have ambulances ramping in the front of hospitals because they don't have enough staff to take on people at the hospital, or to take on patients at the hospital. So we really are at a junction, a state of crisis in Australia in terms of healthcare, and OET's intention is to get more people to the bottom of that funnel where they have the advanced English and they're able to go and practice overseas. So today I'll talk to you a little bit about the mechanics of the OET test and how it's different to other tests out there in the marketplace. Okay, so the OET test has been developed by the University of Melbourne in association with Cambridge University Press and Assessments. We have a long history in Australia, and the purpose of the test is for people to take it in order to both gain immigration to another country, i.e. Australia, the UK, the US, but also to register with their board, whether it's a medical board or the nursing board or pharmacy. And to that end, we have developed a test which is specific to the needs of healthcare professionals. So if you're a nurse or a doctor, we have content-specific tests for them. So I'll just show you. These are the 12 professions that we cover across the world. So people can come, I mean, the overwhelming majority of people who take our test take it for nursing, and then the next most popular test would be for doctors, and after that it would be a photo finish between pharmacy, radiology, physiotherapy are all very popular. But we're the only test to actually offer all 12 of these disciplines in individual tests. And when we think about other major tests, so tests like IELTS and TOEFL, they are considered general academic English tests, whereas OET is a content-specific test for these professions. So some of the key differences that we have on our test is that in a general English test, such as an IELTS or a TOEFL, it could be on global politics, it could be on climate change, it could be on fast fashion. It could be on something that you're very familiar with, but equally it could be on something that you're not familiar with at all. So with OET, the content that we use for our writing test is content that you would be familiar with. So if you were a nurse, you would typically be writing a referral letter based on case notes. If you were taking the test as a doctor, again, it would be a referral based on case notes. So it's a kind of interaction or scenario that people are faced with on a daily basis and they feel very comfortable and familiar with. So this is part of the success of OET, that people do feel comfortable. Again, in the speaking test, we assume a role play, which many of you would be familiar with. I'm sure we have some doctors and nurses in the room. Do we have doctors, people who have been doctors in the nurses in the room? Could you raise your hand? Okay, we've got a few hands going up. So, very familiar scenario that you are in a carer and patient role. It might be a situation where you are administering a new type of diabetes procedure to your patient. So that would be a typical example of this part of the examination. And that speaking component takes 20 minutes to complete, and you'd be faced with two scenarios that you'd have to engage with. And on the day, it's actually, you're not being examined on the day because that's being recorded. So the person that is talking to you in that role play is simply playing the role of an actor. But the assessment comes later, where we listen to the recording and make judgments based on that. So the type of things, and Adam mentioned it earlier, that you'd be dealing with in an OET test is breaking bad news, dealing with sensitive topics. That's typical for a healthcare provider or a healthcare professional. Reassuring someone who's anxious. This is often the case when we're dealing with older people who are not sure with their station in life, and maybe they're having to adapt to new procedures or new medicine, and generally they feel a little bit less optimistic about where they are in life. So that's another component. And then translating specialist language into lay language or into common language. So often amongst doctors, they speak in acronyms that only doctors would understand. They speak in the sort of language that doctors would only understand. But when you need to talk to a patient, you need to break it down into more simple, understandable terms. So that's part of what is required in OET. So being able to move from that technical to that more common language for your patients. And then exercising that power relationship between the carer and the patient. So making sure that that is a respectful relationship that's being conducted. Okay, so what's in the test? Well, the test has 4 components. I think for those of you who are familiar with general English tests or general academic English tests, they will have the 4 components, so listening, reading, writing and speaking. And for us, the first component on test day is the listening component, and that's 3 parts broken into 40 minutes. And for us, with listening, it is based on general healthcare topics. So it's not specific to the profession. The only pieces that are specific to the profession are the writing and the speaking components. So this is all general healthcare questions. So we're not actually testing people on their knowledge of healthcare per se, so on particular procedures. It's about the conversations that would take place in a healthcare scenario. The next section is our reading section, which takes 60 minutes. And again, this is a general healthcare topics. Okay? Then our third section is the writing section. And typically these are all done in one block: listening, reading, and writing. And this writing section is specific to your profession. So if you're a nurse, it would be specific to nurse. If you're a dentist, again, it would be specific to dentistry. And then finally, we have the speaking exam, and that takes 20 minutes with 2 individual role plays that take 10 minutes to complete. And this is conducted in the afternoon. So people will have done listening, reading, and writing, and then in the afternoon, they do their individual speaking test. So, how is OET scored? OET, well, the perfect grade of an OET is an A. I'm not sure that even myself or Adam would get an A on the OET test. But the gold standard that most jurisdictions are looking for is a combination of 4 Bs or 3 Bs and a C. So you can see here, that's the B grade here. And for those people who are familiar with IELTS, the people familiar with IELTS, I can see a few hands going up. So an IELTS of 7 or 7.5 is typically what a regulator or an immigration department would be looking for. And we would call a B as a near native capacity. So if you're getting 4 Bs or 4 Bs and a C, that's considered near native proficiency. So where's OET accepted? Well, we're very proud to have established really long-standing relationships with the major regulators around the world, and starting in Australia, because OET is an Australian invention. And our main regulator in Australia is AHPRA. AHPRA is the umbrella organisation or overarching organisation for all the healthcare professions in Australia. But then we also have other organisations like the GMC, General Medical Council, in the UK. We have ECFMG in the US, the NMC in the UK representing the nurses. So we have very hard-earned relationships with these organisations, and they determine the visa outcomes of everyone who applies to work overseas. We're accepted widely in the US, so we've got 20 states and counting. As you know, in the US, it happens state by state. In Australia, it's a federal system. So once you are successful federally in Australia, that's great, maintain that relationship. But in US, it's an ongoing relationship with each individual state. So it's a lot more work. So our team, Gary and the team over there, have got a big job ahead of them. And then in terms of what grades do you need, here's some examples for nurses who are looking to go overseas and work in different countries. So if you were thinking of going to Australia, you would be looking at having 4 B grades in order to get registration for nursing. For the NMC or for the New Zealand Council of Nursing, it's 3 Bs and a C+. And then HRSA, which is referring to America, is 3 C+ grades and a B in speaking. So it varies depending on the jurisdiction, and that changes from time to time. So we are in close contact with the regulators about any sort of changes that they're considering, and we have an academic research team who give them the sort of background information that they need to know about pass rates at a certain level if they're considering changing up those grades. So we're in very close contact with government and with regulatory bodies in determining those things. So this is a great illustration of what it can look like for a nurse who's considering, or a healthcare professional who's considering working overseas. And we probably didn't talk about it before, but OET does have a smaller test called the OET Pulse, which is a diagnostic test. It takes 30 minutes to complete. It's an online test, and basically it tells you where your current level of English is, and you can make a study plan accordingly and then move forward with that study plan. So with us, we'd love to work together with Nirwan University, with the Indian Nursing Council, to develop preparation programs using our Pulse program or using our Pulse assessment, and then building preparation programs, and then having a pulse towards the end of those preparation programs to make sure that people are ready to take the OET proper. Because taking the OET proper is a big investment, which I'll show you on the next page, but it's really important that when people take the OET, they are ready. And just a word on preparing for OET. When you prepare for OET and take the test, this is not just about taking the test as a necessary obstacle to get a visa or to get registration with a nursing board or a medical board. It's actually preparation for day one on the job. It's preparation for day 100 on the job. It's preparation for day 1000 on the job. Whereas other English language tests, they test you for that necessary hurdle, the necessary hurdle of getting a visa, of being registered. But OET is content specific, it's profession specific, thereby giving you that preparation for day one right through to day 1000 and beyond. And that's why it's so different to other tests in that respect. So yeah, that's all about the employment and growth, that future growth. So there are two versions of the OET. We have an OET on paper, which is our main form of delivery across the world, but we also have OET on computer, and that's both of them are available in India, and we do have more than 100 locations in India. We do have a location right here in Jaipur, and we conduct the test every 2 weeks, and actually even more frequently for computer-based testing. So typically it's an almost full day affair for taking the test. So the people would come in the morning around about 8 o'clock in the morning, and if they're lucky they would finish by about 1:30 in the afternoon. If your speaking is scheduled later, then it might be 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I think I'll leave it there, and I'm happy to, Adam and I would be happy to take any questions, or if you'd like to save your questions to the panel, I'm happy for that to happen as well. So thank you very much for listening.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adam and Mr. Tom, for sharing your insight on OET and joining with us today. Thank you so much once again. Now we are going to proceed for our next session, which is a panel discussion on professional communication in health sciences. Till we are doing the setup over here, I would also like to inform you that not only the delegates and dignitaries are joined with us today for this event, we are also going live on various social media platforms, and our students from different campuses like Ganganagar, Dental College, Bagru, Nirwan University, Jaipur, Basi, the students are also connected with us. We would like to just, till the setup is going on for the panel discussion, we would just like to show you a small clips and photos of the students who have joined us for this event.
Jaipur-Agra Highway. It spans across 35 acres of lush green campus amidst Aravali hills. university takes pride in its rich heritage and dedication to excellence in education. Led by the visionary Dr. S.L. Sihar, the chairperson, Nirwan University holds the honor of being recently bestowed with the Pride of Rajasthan Award. Under the patronage of Nirwan Charitable Trust, our institution heads 13 esteemed establishments, accredited by esteemed bodies such as University Grants Commission, Pharmacy Council of India, Dental Council of India, Indian Nursing Council and the Bar Council of India. Nirwan University ensures that all its 13 schools have state-of-the-art infrastructure to support a holistic learning experience. The students of university are nurtured with theoretical knowledge and encouraged to participate in sports activities.
Thank you so much for
We have Fitness Yoga Club to promote physical and mental well-being. The university believes in providing hands-on practical experience and field exposure.
Now I would
Nir-
like to invite our panel members for the panel discussion. As I already told, the topic for the panel discussion is professional communication in health sciences. So I request I request Dr. V.M. Katoj, Chair NASI India, Mr. Ashish Bhushan, Regional Manager, OET South Asia, Mr. Tom Kennan, Regional Director, Asia Pacific OET, Dr. Usha Khurana, Dr. Dheeraj Saxena, Professor and Head Anatomy, SMS Medical College, and Dr. Kiran Katoj, former Director, National JALMA Institute, ICMR Agra, and also former distinguished as Paintal Scientist Chair of ICMR at IIHHR University, Jaipur. We welcome all the dignitaries for being seated at the dais for the panel session. Now, I would like you to introduce to the moderator for the panel discussion, Dr. Usha Khurana. I request you, ma'am, to please hand over the stage. Thank you. Wherever you are comfortable, ma'am.
So I welcome with very, very important academic oriented eminent speakers and the management. Yes, and all my friends who are here and spare their valuable times. So today you have seen So our eminent speakers already told us that why this occupational English test is important for all of us. They have given you enough statistics regarding shortage of health personnel across the globe. And plus, when we are talking of to broader horizons, we need to have good English. Now there are two types of English tests across the globe to participate and to go for higher studies. One is IELTS and the another one is OIP. This is occupational English test. So there's a difference between occupational and the IELTS test. What is that? If you are talking of medical science, you have seen most of the literature and most of our research papers and our practices, we have seen English play a very, very crucial role. Now, it's like that if a patient comes to the hospital, A doctor treats us and only give very few minutes to the patients, and the hours are given by the nursing staff. And nowadays we are getting patients from minimal education to highly educated patients. From where they get education? The most common is the social media or the internet. Now they know English very well. If our staff is not well versed with the communicative English and subjective English, they can't satisfy the patients. So number one, English is important for this reason. And another reason is know that there is a shortage of staff. If we want to go abroad or want to broaden up horizon in this field, we need to complete or complete this test. For that, English is mandatory. So two things are there, and Mr. Tom already cleared the subject, the examination, the way it's going to be conducted, theory, practical, whatever, listening, reading, everything is required. So I think I'm very really thankful, and it's a very good view of Nirvana University that they have started this approach that this type of course should be inculcated in the curriculum from the very beginning. As we know, in school we study basic English. But if you are going for medical courses like nursing, paramedical, medical, we need to have communicative subjective English as far as our subject is concerned. So it's a very good initiative in the part of the university, and our students, our nursing staff, our paramedical will be very, very much benefited with this. And I'm really thankful to Mr. Dr. Raj Arora. He has organized this workshop in a very, very academic way, and invited all the eminent speakers, and they have shown their view to this field. Now my request to all the audience that if any question to the speakers, you can ask, they can answer your queries and elaborate your knowledge in this field. So you're welcome all, please. Anybody, any questions, please? Yes. Somebody can keep mic.
Hello. Well, thanks to everybody, all the eminent speakers and dignitaries over here. Good morning, everybody. Query is not that big. It's very simple. One thing I just want to ask is that, is there any difference existing between OET and IELTS? One thing. Okay. Second thing, I was a bit concerned about, as it was shown in slide that OET is only for UK, Australia and Canada. Now that's okay, but what about other countries if somebody wants to go?
Yeah, Mr. Tom, please you answer this question to us.
And third question, will you answer first or should I?
Yes. Ask one by one because.
Okay, please.
Okay, so I'll answer your first question first, if that's okay. Yeah. So with OET and IELTS, actually, interestingly, OET and IELTS are a little bit joined at the hip because we're the same family. So the makers of IELTS and the makers of OET are the same. OET is 70% owned by Cambridge University Press and Assessments, and IELTS is owned by Cambridge University Press and Assessments. So in terms of it being different, yes, IELTS is a general academic English test which can be used for a whole variety of purposes. So for international students, it's very common for them to use an IELTS test to gain access to undergraduate studies, postgraduate studies.
That's what I was noticing, the steps which you shown on slide, the steps are same in IELTS also. The steps which you shown for OET, I think all those steps are there in IELTS also. Same steps are there in IELTS also. So that was a big query, what is the difference and what should I consider IELTS as the difficult in the way it's a difficult task, or OET is a difficult task to clear about?
Okay, it's a very good observation, and I think one thing that's important to remember about taking OET versus IELTS is that with OET you will never be caught situationally unaware by the questions in OET, because it's things that you encounter every day in your job, and that's what makes it so much more comfortable for people taking OET.
Right, sir. Thank you so much. Would you like to give some tips or to improve, I mean, English, or in other sessions when you will be visiting institutes, then you will be teaching all these things, I mean, how to improve English and, you know.
Okay, how to improve English? Do you want to take that, Ashish?
Thanks a lot for that question. First of all, thanks to Nirwan University for organizing such a wonderful event here. I'm really glad to be part of this event along with my team. And thanks to Adam and Tom for coming over. Yeah. So I think talking about the preparation, there are various options which is available. But looking at the when we are talking about the colleges, especially healthcare institutions or undergrads who are actually studying into nursing, our observation, what we have done, gone through in the last 5 or 6 years, we have done kind of research, and what we have understood is most of the candidates who are in the undergraduate, they are sitting at a lower level of, of the language. So technically, if you would want to divide a language, any language per se, it can be divided into 3 levels. One could be a basic, the second could be intermediate, and the third could be native. Now, someone from, let's say, from Rajasthan, or let's say from Hindi, they could be at a very top level as a native speaker. Similarly, people from the English-speaking countries, they would be the native for the English-speaking language. Now, what happens is when someone is trying to go to another country and want to talk to, or communicate to people there in those countries, they have to be somewhere equivalent to the native level. Now, the challenge here is that while English is widely spoken in the country, when it comes to the communicating at an equivalent to a native language or level, that's where the biggest challenge comes, especially talking about the undergrads. Now, coming to the point of preparation, first of all, what we are also trying to do with Nirwan University is to do a small diagnostic to understand what is the level of candidates. So our first, objective will be to understand the level of the candidates, and on the basis of that, we will be providing the interventions. Now, obviously, there are different level of interventions which will be provided at different levels. So someone who is at an intermediate level, or let's say at a basic level, the intervention will be given to them at a different level. And accordingly, once people achieve something equivalent to a native speaker, then the preparation will be offered to that kind of a level, and that's how the preparation will be offered. Now, what we are trying to do here with Nirwan as well, to have devise a model wherein we can offer a level of preparation at a different level, and accordingly, once candidates are ready to sit for OET, which will be testing them at a native level, and that's where the preparation will be offered through OET, through Nirwan University. So that's the whole plan.
So at present, you are sort of at the stage of pilot study project.
You can say kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Only difference with the IELTS and the OIT is like that, because in this second exam, we are giving subject knowledge. Is knowledge related to the medical science. We ask question related to the medical science, but the IELTS mainly question related to the English.
Exactly.
So basic difference between the two tests, what I think.
Yeah, another challenge which you are going to face, I'm telling you out of my experience actually, I've been in teaching since 18 years.
Yes.
Teaching MSc, Masters, and even guiding PhDs also. The thing is, what happens, students get hardly interested in developing their English and developing their personality, and most of them, I mean, they have an aim of getting a government job here itself, in the Rajasthan itself. So how are you going to motivate them? It will be helpful for us also, so that we can start it from today itself to motivate them, to start preparing for English. I mean, particularly the spoken English and all those things.
If I can take.
I'm happy to jump in here.
Okay.
So on the OET website, we have a lot of free preparation materials that they can access. So if they'd like to do
sorry sir, my question was actually how should we motivate our students to literature is available, even we can make them literature available, even we can give them hard copies, we can talk to them, we can spend extra time with the students, but the thing is students are hardly interested to learn English actually. Most of the students I'm talking.
Okay, I'll give you answer to this. You know, it's that like they have shown the data for the shortage across the globe. You have to show your students after learning English where you will reach. This is a one way to motivate the students. You know, our students are here to study the course, but you have to realize the importance of this course by virtue of telling them where you can reach after learning this, after clearing this English test. Definitely, if you show them the good statistics, good data, they will be motivated to clear this exam.
Can I just
Okay,
add on
thank
to
you.
that?
Thank you so much.
Just adding on to what Dr. Usha said. So, if you look at the data from Rajasthan itself, you know, most of, I think the kind of number of nurses, graduate nurses that are coming out every year, it's actually oversupplying to the demand what we are getting from the government, hospitals or institutions here. Now, what is happening is we are already creating a lot of supply, whereas the demand is less.
I got it, sir. Thank you so much. I have taken your time. He's waiting for the mic actually.
And from the Vice Chancellor?
I have two small questions. One is related to professional language. I was recently reading an article where it was written that medical graduates who go from South Asia, India particularly, they face a lot of problems in communicating to patients because patients use colloquial phrases. For example, mostly in India we say that a lady would tell a doctor that I am on the family way. Now, that may not be a standard usage of language in England. In England, the lady would communicate in a different way, particularly for, some of her personal issues with the health. And similarly, so, there are some euphemistic ways of communicating. I want to powder my nose, which means the lady wants to go to the washroom. So these usages are not known to Indians who learn language or who are groomed in education system in India. So does OET, my specific question is, does OET ensure that the local language used by people, by the patients, and by the doctors, there are also some professional jargons which are not codified. There are jargons which are, of course, in the books, medical books. But there are some jargons which are communicational jargons. I can't give you practical example, but does OET take care of that? Number one question. Second question, I faced myself a difficulty. I had gone to Cambridge as a visiting professor there, and I had to book my ticket to Salzburg. So I went to Cambridge railway station, and I wanted to book the ticket. And trust me, for almost 20 minutes, I kept on talking to the counter, lady at the counter, but I could not communicate. What she was speaking to me, I was not understanding. What I was speaking to her, she could understand. But what she told me, I could not. So ultimately, I had to get hold of somebody who was a British. And then he translated her English to me in English. And then I asked that gentleman that why I couldn't follow and you could follow. He said she is not speaking in English, but she is speaking in Cockney English, which is a dialect. Something like you may know Hindi, but you may not be able to understand if somebody starts speaking Bihari, Bhojpuri or Rajasthani. So will you also take care of these dialect factors in OET? Because our professionals who are trained by OET, who qualify OET, maybe nurses or doctors or dentists who go from here, would be communicating with these people. So this is my question. Thank you.
These are wonderful questions, and in fact, I had that exact moment yesterday at breakfast where I ordered a cup of tea, and I thought I ordered a cup of tea, and the guy came back and looked at me and said, what was the drink you wanted? And the Indian couple next to me translated, in perfect Indian English to the waiter that I wanted a cup of tea. I got it, but with help from my Indian friends. So I absolutely sympathise with your plight at the train station. But in response to your question, the preparation that we use for OET, which you can find on our website through mock tests, particularly the speaking tests, will use different accents. So we don't use just British accents, we use Australian accents, we use American accents. So there's a variety of accents that we use which would go some way to solving that problem. But do we use the jargon of different countries? I think that's less of a feature of preparing for OET, although there would be an element of it, but it's not specifically emphasised. Now, learning another language is difficult. So for me, I speak another language. I went to university in Indonesia and learnt the language there. And as an add-on to that, what I did was I would read newspapers in Indonesian, I would listen to the radio, and I would prepare myself in that way. So my recommendation, apart from taking the OET preparation, which does have different accents, is that people should immerse themselves in the media of that country. So whether that's looking at the BBC website or the Australian newspaper, that type of thing, it's really important that you start to immerse yourself in the culture of that country so that you do pick up some of the jargon along the way. Hopefully that's helped to answer the question. Did you want to add something, Adam?
Just to add on to that, thanks, Tom. So let's say, for example, UK. UK is one of the biggest markets for Indian. OET has also developed something called NHS course value, which is usually, it's absolutely available on the website. Apart from that, we have also created something called destination guides, which is for every individual country. So any candidate who would want to go to, let's say, UK or Ireland or any of those countries, there's a complete destination guides which are available on the OET website. But besides that, we also have NHS course values, which absolutely give you, when someone is going there in those countries, what kind of, environment you can expect or what kind of language will be used. So all those kind of things which is separately created in conjunction with NHS UK and along with the OET. So that is something which is available for anyone to go through.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in one word, OET basically help the professionals in the communication. So by local language, accent, that is of course different from this. Now I'll give mic to Mr. Dr. Dheeraj. Please say a few words regarding.
Thanks for giving this privilege over the stage. And thanks to the Nirwan University for organizing a new dimension in the professional communication. Everybody knows that medical studies, there is a vast change in the terminology what we use. Especially with treating the patients, we use number of medical words and their explanation to the patient is the main part. We gain a lot of knowledge, but we don't know how to communicate. Means your knowledge is zero. We gain a lot of things, lot of words, and the communication is a skill is very essential. And all this, what you observe here, is a marvelous as far as the communication is required, and it is an essential part for delivering the services and delivering the knowledge what you attain. Thank you.
Thank you. I enjoyed, certainly, when I came in the morning, I was not so enthused, but after listening to everyone, I feel very happy. I think listening to, the Tom Kinnon's main remarks when I was listening to his presentation, you're looking at your career prospects. You're looking at what is your destination. But OET is much more than that, I tell you. When what I had read about it, but I followed as I said, as I'm a policy maker, so I looked from the policy angle. It is setting a benchmark which is already accepted in the good English-speaking countries, and across the world. I mean, 3-4 countries you are talking about, but this will be acceptable everywhere because this is a module, this is very scientifically built up actually. So the people who are training, who are going to train, and the people who are going to take the test, they will have the different layers of that levels of professionalism actually, the communication actually. So these are labels. And the module, the way it has been structured is very scientific. So, not only when the people who appear in this exam, they may or may not go outside actually. That's a different point altogether. They may go for education, they may go for job, but they will learn the skills tomorrow to come out with a OET-like modules for the country itself. I tell you, I'm giving a very interesting example. There are now more than 20 aims have already come across the country. I'm a president of the Jaipur, which is a 200-year-old institution, of course created by French, but it's an Indian institution. Now, there are also a lot of nurses from Rajasthan have been there. They have passed the exam, they are selected, but then they face the communication issues. Many times there is a trouble actually. Then they have to talk to, if they are good in English, they would have no problem actually, I'm telling you. They have to talk to a Tamilian population there, but Tamilian population is happy with English actually. If you speak a good, reasonable Queen's English or King's English, that's okay, they're happy with that. So point emerges, the people who will get trained, I'm telling you, I'll urge it, not only they keep it as a destination for going abroad, but appearing in the test will improve your skills to work in good institutions across the India itself actually. I'm telling you, this is going to be a fallout of this. And then tomorrow OET will be asked to develop, the modules for you for the India also. I'm telling you, they are when they have 100 centers already taking the exams, they're having a lot of training centers, because OET is a philosophy actually. It is a way of looking at it actually. It's a way of assessing at different levels. So all the people who are participating today don't look at the very narrow angle. I'm telling you, I'm look at a very broader angle. Your careers, long-term careers of communication in health actually. So that will have a content. Of course, it will vary from person to person. It will vary from a specialty to specialty. It will vary from whether you are a nurse or you are a doctor or a specialist or a pharmacist, I said a technician, whatever your role may be, counselor, but your role may be very different. But then the second part is the communication skill actually. So I think this OET, this module, this actually format empowers you for a better and better and better communication. They have sent the benchmarks for you. When you want to work in UK, you want to work in Australia, you want to work in USA, you want to work in some other English countries where the English is accepted language. But more than that, this will empower you in a good communication, overall communication in much more effective way. So I'll urge, most of the people who are participating today to look it as an empowerment system actually, empowerment mechanism. Yes. Good luck.
Thanks, Dr. Katos. Now, Dr. Kiran, please give your valuable suggestions.
Thank you very much, and I also enjoyed this whole the whatever seminar or whatever you may call it, and this is am I audible now? Yeah. Oh, sorry. So actually, what it is that OET is just a means by which you communicate in English, and you will communicate in English in those countries where English is spoken, where English is written. But in those countries also, as was already highlighted, the accent may be different. We speak in a different accent, the Australians speak in a different accent, the Canadians speak in a different accent, and so on and so forth. Even in their countries, in different places, there will be different accents and different ways of communicating. As the example was given by Professor Agrawal, that he knows English very well, he speaks English very well, still he could not understand what that lady was saying because there was a different accent. So what actually OET is doing is that it is telling you that if you have to move from your country to some other country, or if you have to communicate globally, or at least in those countries where English is spoken, you have to have that minimal standard by which you can communicate with them. Because especially in the medical and health sciences, without communicating with the patient or with the doer, giver and the doer communicating properly, you cannot convey the health problems or cannot convey the health issues to them. And neither can you communicate to them that how they will overcome those issues. So OET is the minimum thing that is required. What all these people were emphasizing is that you must know this much of English, you must be able to listen to the English, you must be able to speak it, you must be able to write it, you must be able to recite it. So that is all fine, but don't think that is the final answer. You have to continue learning, because when we are born, we start learning. When we are children, we communicate to our parents in an entirely different way. As we grow older, we communicate, and that is how we learn. So OET is just a stepping stone by which you can go to some of these countries and improve your career prospects. But if you are a health provider, whatever you may be, a doctor, a pharmacist, a dentist, or a nurse, or even a counselor, any of those sorts, you have to develop other things so that you can communicate with them. That you will develop there. So don't stop at OET. That was what everybody was emphasizing on OET. Don't stop on OET or ILS. You have to go on, because every day of your life you will learn something new. And you will learn also something new by which you can communicate your feelings to the other person. So OET is just a stepping stone. Once you climb that stone, I'm sure all of you can do it. Once you climb that stone and you go to that country, go on climbing more stones. Because even if you are in your own country, you will have to climb many more stones to achieve the health that you want to provide to the community. So that was this thing, that don't stop at OET. Pass the OET, do the OET, but continue learning so that you are accepted and you can deliver what you want to deliver to them for the health of the people. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kiran. Anybody else? Now you have a very good opportunity to ask all the eminent speakers about your questions, queries.
Yeah, ma'am. Simple one more question, please. I very humbly ask you all. You have named it OET. Why haven't you named it PET, Professional English Test? I mean, you are focusing more on medical profession, nursing profession, and other paramedical professions and all those things. So, is there any reason behind? एग्जाम उल्टा हो जाता है, आई गिव एग्जाम, आई टेक एग्जाम. आई टेकिंग एग्जाम तो वो एग्जामिनर है जो एग्जाम ले रहा है. गिविंग एग्जाम इज, तो दिस इज हाउ यू नो द थिंग्स गेट डिफरेंट. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Please answer. Dr. Katos, please.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Saab. I think you just changed the direction.
Yeah.
See, when I was commenting, you see, OET has been set as a benchmark for the communication in English. Okay. The English is the core. Your professional knowledge in different areas is important, but you are communicating to an audience which is in a particular country, which is a predominantly English speaking. And you raised the issue, which is a very much important for every place. That's why I said that OET type of modules for this country also, maybe developed in collaboration with them, or you may develop actually. See, if you want to have a good communication is required in every country. It is required for the doctor to practice within Rajasthan, outside Rajasthan, within India also. It is important for the nurse also to practice in different settings. She is not learning that language is one issue, but learning the culture of that area is the second part actually. And how you communicate. So if you know you want the people to succeed, I tell you, when in my morning remarks, I said why the innovations in healthcare in India did not make that impact what the agriculture did. Agriculture scientists communicated better everywhere, okay? And 60s, 70s revolution came because of the communication with the people. Later on, their communication is slowed down. But in the medical sector, if we fail, by and large, communication is the issue actually. In the public health also, we fail because we are not able to communicate to the people actually. So communication is a very vital issue for succeeding within the country also. You should have a same type of exams in India also, before the people are rolled out into practice, before the people are rolled out into a public health system or maybe a private health system. So you should have similar exams everywhere. If you want the person to succeed in a particular area and work there, you should have that his communication skill, his or her communication skill should be tested for there. The person is going to work or not going to work, he is going to succeed or not going to succeed. And then it should be repeatedly tested. Is he or she communicating what he or she was supposed to communicate? So in Rajasthan also and outside Rajasthan also it applies. So that benchmark, that kind of exams should be a very predominant exams in India also. We don't have. We should have. So I think your question is that way very valid one for future. But yes. Yes. No, we are talking about communication in health sciences. So when you are a health professional, you have to communicate for the health needs of the people. Whether you are a patient or you are a participant for a public health intervention.
In that case, if it is not international,
yes,
it has to be the person must know the regional language of that particular area.
हाँ बिल्कुल that's it. यहाँ पे OET is for English. English is the language here. But you have to know the local language. Yes, sure, yes.
Exactly, that's my point.
Correct, absolutely correct.
Thank you very much, Dr. Katosh. Anybody else? Yeah, please.
See, what you were asking is right. That, see, we have it like if when any person who passes the UPSC examination, whether he is an IAS officer, he is an IRS officer, he is an IPS officer, he is an Indian Foreign Service officer, or even if he is in a Forest Service officer, there they give you 3 months to learn that language where you are going to be posted, to where the cadre that you are going to belong, both in writing as well as thing. And there are workshops where they talk about the culture. Supposing a forest officer is posted in a tribal area, they have to know the culture of that area to communicate with them. So this is, if tomorrow there is going to be a health, it is there already in the papers, that we will have a general health services like we have the IPS, like we have the IFS. There you will have to take that if you want to be posted in those areas. See, communication is the most important part of it, by which you can communicate. It's not necessary that you are always the giver. You could also be taking from them. You could also be learning from them. So that is interested. That is an OTS. What we are talking here was, it is about the English language. If you are going abroad, you must know English language. You are going to work there. What will they do with you if you don't understand English and you can't communicate with them? That is essential.
But I'll just add on, if knowing English makes you at advantage in India also first. Okay? So, पहले exam pass करके, if you go out, excellent. Make that as a goal. But if you pass the exam and still stay in India, you will do better somewhere within India also. You go to work in South India, you work in AIMS of a different place. But English is the language which most of us are connected actually. It's a fact. And it is a nice thing actually. That's why you communicate better, you write good papers. I've come from a Hindi medium school from the beginning. But the advantage later on was not there was no disadvantage, because once you learn a practical English, you communicate. That's how you communicated with all the outside India, it's communicated within India. So I think English is the language for the health sciences. This puts you at advantage to work anywhere in the world. And particularly we are talking of the OET. Yes, this provides you a competence, which certifies a competence. which will be beneficial to you all around, I tell you, yes.
Thank you very much, Dr. Katoch. So now our question is where we lie, all our working is patient level satisfaction. If you are going abroad, anywhere, whether India, Rajasthan, wherever you are, if you have good communication, at the end your patient will be satisfied. For that all of us are working, and OET exam also run towards that. So my one word message is that we should have very, very good professional communication if we want to be successful in our life as far as our profession is concerned. Am I right? So I'm really thankful to all the panelists that were given valuable time, their knowledge, and enhance all of your knowledge. Once again, thanks a lot to Nirvana University, who has created such a good platform for all of us to interact and to enhance our knowledge. Once again, thanks. Please.
Ma'am, I have only one question.
Yes.
Why OIT is charging double, just double than IELTS? Because it really matters for students.
This is value of health professionals, you can understand that. Please answer. Tom.
Especially for Tom, sir.
Why charges are double? Fee double to that.
Thank you. It's a great question. And I guess the answer is that general English tests are just one version, whereas we have the 12 versions of the test. So creating 12 versions of the test comes with inherent costs, and I guess that's the answer.
And adding to it, it's English plus professional communication, so definitely it should be double.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
In my opinion. Anybody else?
I guess one of the things that's important is that if people take our OET pulse test beforehand, that's a really good way of understanding whether you are 100% ready or not to take the test, because I acknowledge that it is a big investment. So if you spend $30 on a pulse test to know where you are, that's a small price to pay to avoid taking the test more than once.
So you got the answer? Okay.
I think if you allow me, we can add one more thing which Tom said, because the number of user of OET compared to IELTS are much more lesser, and it's a total game of market, supply and demand. As the user or student number will increase, definitely OET is going to reduce the cost of the inputs. Thank you. Thank you.
And then we'll work on volumes.
Thank you.
Once again, we'd like to thank all the delegates for the questioning round and the questions that were put forward. I hope that the session was quite interactive, rather being more descriptive in that. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, everyone from the panel, for your valuable time. Now, as a token of appreciation, we would like to present a small memento to all the panel members over here. So I request Dr. Anup Kumar, Director Admission, Nirwan University, Jaipur, to present memento to Dr. V.M. Katoch. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time. Thank you. Now I request Ms. Payal Lal, Director Marketing PR, Nirwan University, Jaipur, to please present memento to Mr. Ashish Bhushan, Regional Manager, South Asia, OET. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. Proceeding ahead, I request Dr. Alok Kumar Singh, Associate Professor, Nirwan University, Jaipur, to present a short memento, to Mr. Tom Kennan, Regional Director, Asian Pacific, OET. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for joining us today. Now I would request Dr. Nakul Jasuza, Joint Registrar, Nirwan University, Jaipur, to please present memento to Dr. Usha Khurana, moderator for the panel discussion. Thank you so much, ma'am, for managing the panel discussion in a very nice way. Now, I would request Dr. Renu Nagar, Principal SN Institute Nursing, Nirwan University, Jaipur, to please present memento to Dr. Dheeraj Saxena, Professor and Head Anatomy, SMS Medical College. Thank you so much, sir, for your words for the panel discussion. Now, I would request Dr. Ruchi Garg, Assistant Professor, Nirwan University, Jaipur, to please come and felicitate with the memento to Dr. Kiran Katosh. Thank you so much, ma'am, once again for your presence. Now, as now we are to the end of this event, an August gathering, thank you so much once again. I would request Dr. Renu Nagar, Principal SN Institute Nurses and Science of Nirwan University, Jaipur, to please kindly come and give vote of thanks to all the delegates and dignitaries present in the event today.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Nirwan University, I, Professor Renu Nagar, Principal, SN Institute of Nursing Sciences, Nirwan University, Jaipur, would like to express my high gratitude to our guest of honor, Dr. Jogendra Sharma sir, and Dr.
Request Dr. Renu Nagar, Principal SN Institute Nurses and Science of Nirwan University, Jaipur, to please kindly come and give vote of thanks to all the delegates and dignitaries present in the event today.
I would like to extend my thanks to Mr. Ashish,
SN Institute of Nursing Sciences, Nirwan University, Jaipur, would like to express my high gratitude to our guest of honor, Dr. Jogendra Sharma sir, and Dr.
Request Dr. Renu Nagar, Principal SN Institute Nurses and Science of Nirwan University, Jaipur, to please kindly come and give vote of thanks to all the delegates and dignitaries present in the event today.
I would like to extend my thanks to Mr. Ashish,
SN Institute of Nursing Sciences, Nirwan University, Jaipur, would like to express my high gratitude to our guest of honor, Dr. Jogendra Sharma sir, and Dr. Dr. Renu Nagar, Principal SN Institute Nurses and Science of Nirwan University, Jaipur, to please kindly come and give vote of thanks to all the delegates and dignitaries present in the event of this program.
I would like to extend my thanks to Mr. Ashish,
SN Institute of Nursing Sciences, Nirwan University, Jaipur, would like to express my high gratitude to our guest of honor, Dr. Jogendra Sharma sir, and Dr. Dr. Institute Nurses and Science of University, Jaipur, to please kindly come and give vote of thanks to all the delegates and dignitaries present in the event of this program. I would like to extend my thanks to Mr. Ashish, SN Institute of Nursing Sciences,